All right. So recording in progress, because I know chances are maybe for one reason or the other, something happens. And those who are still going to join in, or those who were not here on number one, number two, number three, can still listen in. If you need the recording, let me know, but it's always in the forum. The recording is always in the forum. But if you don't know how to see it, let me know. Let me know, and I'll make it available for you. All right, so let's see. Let me unmute everybody. In that way, there's no interference with the quality of the presentation, because I know people joining, they forget themselves. They will get a hot mic, which interferes with the presentation. All right, so I'm gonna introduce. It's 10 minutes past, and I'm going to introduce our keynote speaker. From today, we're gonna have Dr. Benedict Adu Yamfi, and they're also gonna have Claudine Blaise second. So Benedict Adu is from Ghana. He is an executive marketing director. Now, some of the things you've always heard, for those who have been in my training, you see I say Fombo Ado questions like what account you have that replace your income? What account you have that bypass probate? Those questions were coined, they were phrased by Dr. Benedict Ado. And he's done some amazing things. He served our country in the military. He's a family man, doctorate degree in nursing, and then this crusade found him making over $300,000 a year, has promoted 4 SMDs, is about to promote 2 more SMDs. He's moving forward. And today we are honored, we are privileged that he's going to be sharing with you how you can get to SMD. He has promoted 4. He want to give you the tips on how you can become an SMD so that you can get to the position where he is and everyone else after him. That's why he's going to be speaking with us today, and we'll be sharing with you lots of wisdom, lots of tips on how you should become successful, how you can get to SMD in the next 1 month, the next 2 months, the next 3 months. So thank you so much, Dr. Benedict Adu, for speaking to us today. I'm going to hand it over to you. Take it over.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm honored to be here today. Thank you so much for bringing Legacy Stars on NLA. When I joined 4 years ago, we didn't have our own NLA. It was like Pinnacle NLA, right? And I wish we had NLA, right? Because if you are here and then you have registered for NLA, like Legacy Star is giving you the incentive that become an SMD and go on a vacation. Like your reward is I become an SMD and then I go on a fully paid vacation. We wish that when we joined, we had something like that, right? Because if you look at the numbers, the requirement that you need to graduate NLA, when you meet those requirements, you are going to be SMD. So for you to be an SMD, you need 10 licensed agents under you, minimum. If you recruit 21, you are definitely going to get 10 of them to get licensed under you, right? If you want to become an SMD, you need a total combined points of 75,000 points in a rolling 3 months. And I'm going to talk about that a lot today. The rolling 3 months is very important. So 75,000 points between yourself and your team, right? NLA, you need to make 70,000 points. So if you make that 70,000 points and your team also give you some points, you're going to meet the requirement to become an SMD. And I'm also going to talk about persistency. Persistency is 80%. 80% means that you do not have chargebacks on the policies, right? The policies must stay, right? Now, so the most important thing when it comes to you becoming an SMD is the points, right? So the points, you have to be intentional and deliberate about the points. you need to track your points in a rolling 3 months. Rolling 3 months, because the points roll, right? They roll over. You lose the points if you don't lock the points in. So let's say that you are tracking December, January, February. December, January, February, your team. So if you are here and you are a marketing director, you are an associate, at least you have recruited and then licensed one person. So that person is your team now. It's in your base shop. Now, that person or that 5 persons or 6 persons or however many of them must produce you 37,500 points minimum in a rolling 3 months. It is that easy. And you yourself must produce 37,500 in a rolling 3 months. So rolling 3 months, let's take it December, January, February. That is a rolling 3 months, 3 consecutive months. Within that 3 consecutive months, your personal points must be 37,500, team points 37,500, right? Now let's calculate points. It is so easy. This is so easy. It's so easy to become an SMD, right? It is so easy to become an SMD. You have to become an SMD. You just have to be deliberate and intentional to become an SMD, right? Now I use a simple formula. Total target premium times 12. I don't even add, there's a factor that needs to be multiplied. I don't multiply that factor because the factor varies by providers. So if you are writing a cramp policy, it's going to be different. If you are writing Trans-America, it's going to be different. Nationwide, National Life is different. So I just make it simple, because if I don't add the factor, then it means once the factor is added, I'm going to get more points. So target premium times 12, right? Monthly target premium times 12 will give you points, equals to points. And it doesn't matter your level. It is the same calculation. Target premium, monthly target premium times 12 will give you the points. So if you want to get 37,500 points, it means if you divide 12 by 37,500 by 12, that will give you 3,125, right? 3,125. So all that you have to do for you to get your personal points in a rolling 3 months is in a 3 months period, not 1 month, not 2 months, in a 3 consecutive months period, you just have to write a total monthly premium of 3,125. That is about $1,040. Let's say it's $1,050 total monthly premium each month. So if each month you deliberately and intentionally decide that you are going to help a family, husband, wife, and 2 children, you are going to meet that target for that month. Husband, wife who are in their 30s, and even if they are writing $500,000 policy, those 2 policies alone together with the 2 children's policies is going to give you that $1,050. And you repeat that the following month, and repeat that the following month, you have 37,500, right? Now the trick in this is, at the same time that you are producing the 37,500, your team, your base shop, your team, the person that you license have to also be doing that, right? So guess what you have to do? You have to help that person or help that people. You also have to be on them for them to also write a total monthly premium of 3,125, right? For them to also produce you the 37,500 points. If you produce 50,000 points by yourself and your team failed to produce 37,500 points, guess what? Guess what? It is not going to work, right? You're not going to meet the requirement. So 37,500, your team has to produce that. Now, I quite remember when I needed points, team points to become an SMD in 2021, I had one person in my team produce me the 37,500 points in 1 month. The person did it, just one person. Give me that points. one on that team gave me the 31,000, the 37,500. So it is doable in 1 month, right? So then guess what you have to do? You need to do spotlights for them, help them with spotlights. You need to be helping them to produce their points. It's not just about you producing those points. So rolling 3 months, and you have to be deliberate and intentional, because what really becomes heartbreaking is, let's say you produce, let's say December, you have 20,000 points in December, and then in February and then in January and February, you had another 20,000 points, but then your team between December, January, February, your team only produced 20,000 points. Guess what? You are short. Now, when we get into the next rolling 3 months, which is going to be January, February, March, you are going to lose the 20 points. You don't lose it, but it doesn't count. It's all points that count in the long run when you look at the year. But then for promotion purposes, that rolling 3 months, that December doesn't count. So it means, guess what? You just dropped that 20,000 points in December that could have counted towards you. So now you are back to only 20,000 points between January and February, and then you have March to make up the points, and also praying that your team also make up those points. So you have to be deliberate and intentional. You need to be deliberate and intentional when you are running for SMD. And that is what each and every one of you here should be doing. Deliberate and intentional to produce the points. The points, like I said, is the most tricky one because it rolls, right? But the rest of the cash flow and all those things. And points is almost equivalent to cash flow. If you produce those points, you're going to be closer to the cash flow. If you produce yourself 37,500 points and your team also produce the 37,500 points for you, you're going to be sitting about 38,000. Even if you started at zero, you're going to be sitting at 38,000 cash flow. And all that you need is an extra 12,000. And then once you meet the requirement for the 3 months, you are good for another 9 months, for another year, right? That's how you are good in a year to meet the other requirements. So then guess what? What is the most important thing when it comes to getting promoted to SMD? It is the points. And you don't have to wait until you are marketing director to even start working on the points. You can be an associate, recruited 2 people who are licensed, and then those 2 people, if they produce the 37,500 points for you in a rolling 3 months, and you also produce the 37,500 points for you in a rolling 3 months, guess what? The points are logged in. Let's use a term called log. The points are logged in. You are good, even though you are an associate. And you have a year to meet the other requirement. So the other requirement is your cash flow and then 10 team licenses, right? Now, I wish that like all this information, like NLA was around for all this information to be shared when we came into the business. Now you are getting this information firsthand. So it means you do not have to wait till you are marketing director to think about rolling 3 months, locking up your SMD points. You don't have to be marketing director to do that. You can even do it at associate level, right? And that brings us to another important factor, recruiting. Recruiting is the engine of this business. You cannot be an SMD if you don't have a team. So the most important is, so if you look at the recruiting numbers that you need to make, your personal numbers is 21. That is 3 recruits every month. That is WFG standard. It's the minimum standard in WFG. 3 recruits every month. So if you go a whole month and then you look at your total recruits there on my WFG and it shows that you have 0, guess what? You are not running a business. You are not running a business, right? I want you to start seeing this opportunity. It's a business, and then you run a business. And the business requirement is that you need to recruit 3 people minimum in your team personally every month. Now, if you do 3 recruits every month, times 7, that is what? 21. Now, in WFG, there's a simple statistics in WFG. It's a 2:1 ratio. If I want 10 licenses, I need to recruit 20 people. So if you recruit 21, you're definitely going to get 10 of them licensed to join you. Now, you also have to help the people that are getting licensed that you have recruited that are getting licensed. When it comes to SMD, you log the points. That is the first thing that you concentrate on. So how do you log the points? It's team and personal. So if you are here and then you have a team, or you don't have a team, you are just a training associate, or you are associate and you don't have a team, the first thing is you need to get 2-3 people in your team licensed that are going to help you once you start deliberately concentrating on a given 3 months period, rolling 3 consecutive months period. You're going to need to have a team, and that team needs to produce you the points. So guess what? When you recruit people, you're going to have to help them pass their exam, right? Now, you're going to call them every other day and then check up on them. Every other single day. You have to be deliberate and intentional. So every other day, you are calling them and checking where they are with the course. Now, when I was recruited, I had just graduated from nurse practitioner school, was trying to take my board exam. So guess what? Studying for this license was not priority to me. And I'm so grateful to my business partner that recruited me, that brought me to this business, that he kept calling me all the time. He kept calling. So sometimes I'll see his call and I won't answer, but then he tells me to go and read a little bit so that I can return the call and say, oh, I was in chapter 5, now I'm on chapter 6. So that is what you have to do. Every other day you are, look, when you recruit anybody, do not think that because you were self-motivated and then you were recruited and then you came in and then boom, within 1 month, 2 weeks, you got your license. That is how everybody should do when you recruit them. When you were recruited and you saw the money, for me, when I was recruited, all the money that they were showing me, I didn't believe it. I never believed those monies. It was like, nah, it can't happen. So I wasn't really like, it wasn't my priority because number one, I didn't believe the money that was being shown to me. So it wasn't priority. And my priority was passing my board exam and practicing as a nurse practitioner. That was my priority. Now, people have, that you recruit, they have issues that come up. And if you are not calling them every other day to talk to them and remind them, they are not going to do. Because people will be thinking about how they can pick an extra shift in order to pay the upcoming mortgage, how to pick an extra shift to pay the car payment, how to do something else to make money and not consider this. Like in my situation, I didn't believe the money that was being shown to me. So when you recruit people, you're going to call them every other day. Even if you have to like sit down with them and then let them log into the course and see where they are in the course, you got to say, let's jump on Zoom. Let me see where you are. Is there anything that you feel I should explain to you? You need to do that. You have to be deliberate and intentional, right? So now let's recap. Number one, the points, right? Rolling 3 months. You need to produce 37,500 points personal. Your team has to produce 37,500 points. How do you produce 37,500 points? $3,125 in monthly premium, right? That is 37,500 annual. If you do that, you're going to get more of the points because they're going to multiply it by a factor depending on the companies that you wrote the policy to. So the factor can be 1.25, it can be 1.08, or it can be 0.88, depending on the company that you choose. So it's going to be more points. So I don't put in the factor. So if you get that, it means you are going to get more points. You're going to be okay. That is your personal. Now your team points also must come in. So when you are moving to SMD, team points is very important. Likewise, your personal points, because as an SMD, you have a team. You have a base shop that you are running. You have a team. So team points is required. So 37,500, personal 37,500, your team points, right? In a rolling 3 months. So I want you to pay attention very well. It's a rolling 3 months. So NLA requirement is 70,000 points. If you produce that 70,000 points this month, and your team within the next 3 months do not give you the 37,500 points, guess what? You're going to miss out on the SMD promotion. So it means if you can produce the 70,000 points in 1 month to meet the NLA requirement, then you got to focus on helping your team to also produce the 37,500 points for you in order to lock up your point. The points is the most difficult part because the points roll. The points roll, right? The points roll. So your base shop is your team. The people that you have recruited that started from you. So if you were a tree, the people that started from you, the people that all originated from you, you recruited this person, that person recruited another person, recruited this person, you recruited another one, and another one recruited this. Those are your base shop, your team. They all originated from you, right? So that is the most important thing. People are asking for slides, but I don't have any slides, right? So let me recap the points again so that you write it down. So the points is monthly target premium. How you calculate the points is monthly target premium times 12 will give you the points, right? Monthly target premium times 12 will give you the points. Let me see if I can use a pen here to, the Zoom pen here to calculate. All right, so monthly target premium, I'm going to do MTP, monthly target premium times 12. There is a factor, but I'm not going to bring in that factor. So it means if you are just using this calculation to get the points, it means when that factor is multiplied, you're going to get more points, right? So monthly target premium times 12 will give you the 37,500. Right, we'll give you the 37,500. So if we want to know the monthly target premium, then it means we divide the 37,500 by 12, and that will give us 3,125 monthly target premium, or 37,500 in annual target premium, right? So if it's 3,125 monthly target premium, it means every month it's like 1,050. So every month, if you commit to help a family of 4, and I know what I'm saying because I just helped the family of 4 this month. Husband, wife, 2 children. Their total premium that they are paying, husband, wife, children, their total premium is like $1,400. So if you commit that, I am going to go help a family of 4 every month minimum, you are going to make this. And your team must also do the same, right? So that in that rolling 3 months, you lock in those points. You lock in those points, and the rest of it is easy. You just recruit, license, write policies, and soon you're going to get your 50,000 cash flow, and you're going to get the licensing requirements that you need. Now, persistency. So for you to qualify for NLA, you need to have persistency. So persistency has to be 80%, right? Persistency has to be 80%. So persistency is your gross points, net points divided by your gross points. That is what the persistency is. So if you write policies and the policies charge back, right? So let's say you wrote policy, let's say you had, let's say you had 80, you did 80,000 points, and then 80,000 points. You did 80,000 points in that rolling period, and then some of the policies charge back, right? So your gross points in this example is 80,000. So your gross points is 80,000. Now those chargebacks that come in, the points are going to be deducted. So now your net points after the deduction of those points, that those is, let's say is 50,000, right? So even though your gross points is 80,000, your net points is 50,000. If we divide 50,000 by 80,000, right? That is 62, it multiplied by 100, that is 62.5, right? So 62.5, that is below the requirement, right? So it means the policies that you write, they must not charge back. Now, how do you avoid chargeback? You need to educate the client very well about what we do. Let them understand the policies, right? Now, once the policy is approved and the policy booklet is mailed to the client, you need to sit down with the client, help the client, number one, to set up their online account. So you're going to help the client to set up their online account. And then you are going to review the policy booklet with the client. Go through the living benefits part of the booklet and let the person read, hold the booklet themselves and read it. So if you go through the policy booklet, this Trans-America's booklet, and you start from the back of the booklet, you are going to see that once you go past the application, there is going to be the definitions. So terminal illness, accelerated death benefit rider. And normally the definitions are on page, they are on page 2 of the book, right? Or page 2 or page 3, where it clearly defines what terminal illness is. And you're going to let the person read what it means to be terminally ill, and then you're going to let them read the benefits that they have. So on page 2, and it's in bold. For instance, for this one, it says terminally ill means that the insured has a medical condition resulting from bodily injury or disease or both, which is expected to result in the death of the insured within 12 months of diagnosis. So they're going to read it themselves. They have read it. And then you're going to tell the person, I want you to look at your account. Look at your account that you just set up. The terminal illness, how much money do you get if you meet this condition? And you let them call it out. It's going to show right there, $1 million, if you have a $1 million policy. Now from there, you're going to take them to critical illness, right? The next one that follows is critical, so it's chronic. And you're going to let them read the definition of chronic, right? Chronically ill means it's right there, unable to perform, number 1, number 2, required, and then you're going to tell them, I want you to look at it. If you meet this condition that you just read in your book, how much are you entitled to? And you let them read it out, and you're going to do the same for critical illness, right? And then you're going to take time and then go through in the booklet, the guarantee, the non-guarantee, guarantee and non-guarantee illustrations, and you're going to explain it to them. You have to do that with every policy that you write. Sometimes it's difficult to do, but when you are running for a competition or when you are trying to get to SMB and you don't want to lose points for any reason, guess what you got to do? You got to do that. Now, once they set up their online accounts and then they see everything themselves, like they are the ones, you are not the one that set it up for them. They are the ones sitting on the computer and they're setting it up and they have the booklet and they are reading it themselves and they are seeing it. It gets the job 90% done. That, okay, now they know exactly, and then you encourage them. If you cannot pay, call me and let me see what we can do about your policy. Do not ever cancel because of all these benefits that you have. So persistency is very important. Writing policies that stays in the books. Writing policies that stays in the policies that do not cancel, right? So number 1 is all about making sure that you do a good presentation. No shortcuts. Don't say, this person is a good friend of mine, with the if I explain with just the benefits of the RUO, it's going to be fine. No, present the blue slide. And let the person know why it is life insurance and why when it comes to life insurance, it is indexed universal life insurance. because that good friend of yours trusts you, but there is another person that good friend of yours trusts more than you. And when they get into a conversation and he tells the person that, oh, Vivian wrote this policy for me, it's cash value thingy, and I can, he says I can take money out, and he say, how much are you paying? And he say, I'm paying $1,000 every month. Do you know what he's going to say? What he's going to say is, that is too expensive. Now, another way to also avoid, to maintain persistency, is to write annual premiums. Annual. Is to write annual premiums, encourage the person to pay annual. So you're going to show to the person, and you're going to show to the person why it is better to pay annual compared to paying monthly. Right? You're going to show to the person with the illustration. I'm going to pull up an illustration real quick, and I'm going to show that. 5 minutes. And when you are running for SMD and any other competition in WFG, any other promotion in WFG, one thing that you cannot afford to lose is to get a chargeback, right? You can be one last month away from qualifying. You are all done, and then boom, there comes the chargeback that kicks you out. So you have to be deliberate and intentional. Annual premiums. You're showing them why it's important for them. So this $1 million policy, 32-year-old female, annual, right? You can see that third year, 2,120, fifth year, 21,000. By the 15th year, 154,000. By age 65, 697,000. Paying the same premium, 273,000, 124,000, and in the fifth year, 41,000. What if instead of annually, the person was paying monthly? There is a difference. So you make more money, you build more cash value when you pay annually than monthly. So you're going to show the person. So it's paying the same 41,000. Now look at the cash value, 34,000 compared to 37,000, and can take out 18,000 compared to 21,000. In the 15th year, right? The same 124,000. Look at this, 154,000, $10,000 difference, 154,000. So you should be showing this to your client that, look, I know you want to pay monthly, but it is best if you pay annually, because you're going to pay the same premium, 273,000. Look at this, 652 compared to $690,000. That's a difference of about $40,000, even though you're paying the same premium, right? Age 75, 356,000, right? This is 268,000 compared to 1,356,000, almost $90,000 difference. So you need to show to your client to encourage them to pay annually. Annually is the way to go. When you are running competitions like this, you try to get to SMD, it is all about annual premium payment, annual premium payment. You do annual premium payments. When they receive their policy, you are helping them set up their online account, right? And then you are also helping them review the policy booklet in order to make sure that you do not get a chargeback, right? Consistency is the way to go. So you have to make sure that you are doing everything that you have to do in order to make sure that your policy stays, right? So Transamerica, I don't know if you are aware, but Transamerica changed their personal, I Transamerica changed their personal, your personal policy, their website, right? So I'm going to put it in the chat. And that is the link. I'm going to put in the chat, and that is a link for you to help to get somebody to set up their account once they receive the policy, or even if you've already written policies for people, right? You can go back and help them set up their accounts. There are some people that when they see, they actually see with their eyes. They have created an account themselves, just like they've created their bank accounts, their online accounts through the bank, right? And they see that, and they see everything, and then you review with them. Guess what? There are some people that says, you know what? I think that I didn't understand this one well. Instead of $250,000, I want to write a $1 million policy now. Instead of 500, I want to do 1 million. Can I increase it? Right? There are people that will do that, right? So that is a website. They go in and then they create their account, right? They need to register and then create their account, right? Okay, so I have a question here. So please, could you repeat the difference between annual and monthly payment? All right, hold on, let me. Okay, so annual and monthly payment, this is the difference. So this is monthly, right? And I want to, this is monthly. So monthly, the person is paying the same premium. So in the 5th year, the person would have paid $41,450 in the 5th year. Now look at the policy value, it's $34,000 and they can take out $18,000, right? Now, if we go the 15th year, the same $124,000 paid, policy value is $144,000, they can take out $144,000. Age 65, they've paid $273,000, $652 policy value, can take out $652. Age 75, they pay $356,000, $1.268, they can take out $1.268. So I want you to pay attention to the premium, the cumulative premium paid. It's going to be the same for annual and also for monthly. It's all going to be the same, but then the difference is going to be in the accumulation of the cash value and how much you can take out of the policy, right? So in the 5th year, it's $41,000, the same amount. Now cash value is $37,000. Policy value is $37,000, you can take out $21,000. In the 15th year, it's $124,000 paid, $154 compared to $144, $10,000 difference. Can take out $154. Age 65, the same $273,000 paid, now $697,000 compared to $604, so about $50,000 difference, right? And then at age 75, $356,000 paid, $1.356,000 can take out compared to $1.28, right? So about $90,000 difference, even though the premium paid is the same, right? All right. I put a link in the chat. I can, yeah, the link is in the chat. All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. I have 45 minutes to speak. So I'm going to yield it back to Daniel.
Thank you so much, Benedict, for those tips you just provided. We are going to open it up for questions. I know some people were already asking questions by typing them in, but now you can now also ask questions verbally. All right. Let's hear from Gabriel. By the way, that was money. You're paying the same amount of money and you're making more money. Why pay a little bit by little bit if you can pay annual and you're getting more money out? That's more valuable. Instead of paying month by month by month, at the end of the year, you still pay the same amount of money in total, but you're making a lot less. So annual premium is good. Lump sum is better. Sum pay is best. You pay monthly, you're losing out a lot of money. Thank you so much, Benedict. Let's hear from Gabriel Omoni. Okay, now you can unmute Gabriel, and then Coach Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you, Mr. Benedict. My question is just to clarify again the points to the personal points. I see on the comments some things are kind of not adding up for me. I think we need 37,500 for personal, which is about 12,500 monthly. So we need to be helping like 4 families. So just help me with the calculation right there. Thank you.
Okay, so the calculation is the target premium, right? The annual target premium is equals to 37,500, right? So if you want to do annual, you divide 37,500 by 3, right? There's a factor, right? Like I said, Trans America will multiply it by 1.25. Nationwide is 1.08. What do you call it? National life is like 0.88 or something. So I don't add a factor, right? So if you do the 37,500, right, and you don't have to do it divided by 3 months, you can do the 37,500 in 1 month, right? So let's say you are targeting December, January, February. Let's say December, you didn't do anything. January, you didn't do anything. This month, you can make the 37,500 in this single month. And then if your team has the 37,500, your points are low, right? So it doesn't mean that it has to be like divided into 3 months. It's a rolling 3 months where you have a total of 37,500. However you choose to get that 37,500, it can be 20,500, 20,000 points in 1 month, the following month 5,000, and the following month you add the rest to it, right? It has to be in a rolling 3 months, right? So all that I was saying is, even if you decide that, okay, I am going to go out and in the next 3 months, I am going to make this, then every month, you are doing the 12, you are doing, hold on. So then it means every month 37. It means you are doing the 12,500 every month. And that is, if you help 4 families, you are going to make those points. If you have 4 families in a month, what if you can help 8 or 12 families? Then boom, you have the points and you keep going. Points equals to money, right? The more points you are producing, the more money that you are making, right? But then when you are running for SMD, you have to pay attention to that rule in 3 months, because it is not just about you, right? If it's just about you, then you can just produce all the points and be gone, but you need team points. So if you yourself in a rolling 3 months produces 75,000 points, that is your own points. What about your team points? You need 37,500. So what if you produce within the rolling 3 months 37,000, and that rolling 3 months your team could not produce the points, and then you lose all the points the following 2 months when your team has not made that point, then you just missed that, right? That's why you have to be deliberate and intentional. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
Go ahead, Kojo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, and thank you so much, Dr. Ben. I really appreciate this training. During the conversation, Dr. Ben was saying to lock those points. You can still be associate or training associate, and you can lock your point for over 1 year and just looking for the 10 license to be qualified to be an SMD. So my question is how to lock those points so far. So it's going to be like, okay, you need to get those is 75,000 points to be qualified to be SMD.
Okay, so between
How to lock those points?
No, don't worry about it. The system will do it for you. So it's 37,500 points minimum from your team, 37,500 minimum. Once you have that points in a rolling 3 months, the system taking it is so it's not like they put a key to it or they stamp it, right? In the system is there that within that you've met that requirement within that rolling 3 months, right? So it's not like, oh, once you get that, then somebody locks it and it's the system is going to show that you've met that requirement, right? You've met that points requirement in that rule in 3 months, right? So you are good, right? Because remember, when it comes to SMD promotion is controlled by the Home Office, not your SMD, not anybody. So Once you have met that requirement, you have your cash flow of 50,000 and you have your 10 licenses within that year, right, where you had the points. Then once the promotion is submitted, they're going to look into the system and see, oh yeah, he met that requirement of that rolling 3 months. Within that time, he met that requirement, right? So we're going to approve that promotion.
Thank you. Irene, your hand was up. Let's hear from Consistence. Consist, you should be able to unmute. Go ahead, Consist.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you, Benedict, for the amazing presentation. I learned a lot of new stuff today. And my question for you is, when I listen to your presentation, it makes things breaks down the things very easily. And we are aware that a lot of other people out there are allergic to the word life insurance. And due to the fact that previous unskilled other business people in this business have harassed them in one way or the other. So many people think that they can do this business because they don't want to harass other people the way other people have been harassing them, which means when you present them the business opportunity, say, if this is what the kind of harassment we have to do, then I don't think this business is for me. So my question is, how will you skillfully work your way into prospects' home without harassment and present them the blue screen or get them on Zoom, to get them signed up for policy or get them recruited?
Thank you very much, Consistent. So basically, it all comes down to what you call it, the 4 magic questions, right? If you call somebody and then you ask the person if they have an income protection account and the person says they don't have, and you say, you know what, let me come over and then let me share information on that with you. Is that going to come out as you harassing the person? What do you think, Consistent?
No, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay, what if you call somebody and then you are talking to the person and then they got kids, they've got kids, and then you ask them like what right now in the news, we know there are plans to gut the Department of Education, right? So very soon there's not going to be any form of student loans for anybody if the Department of Education goes, because they are the ones that administer the student loans. So if you ask a friend that, hey, how are you saving money for the children so that when they get to college, they can go to school, you have enough money to pay for their tuition for them to go to college. And then whatever they say, you say, you know what, I was making the same mistake until I got this information. Let me come over and let me share the information with you. Is it going to sound harassing? So it all starts with 4 magic questions. You need to master them and then apply them, because those magic questions don't talk about life insurance. They ask people questions and they don't have answers to them. And if they have answers, whatever they're going to say, you're going to tell them you were making the same mistake, just like they are making, until you heard this information and you want to come over and then share it with them. Or if they are on Zoom, let's meet on Zoom and then let me share the information with you. So it all depends on your approach. Now, if you use that approach and then you present this information, it's going to be so simple. You're just going to ask the person, like, when it comes to the business, you're going to ask the person the information that you heard. Do you think that 3 people that you care about that should also hear this information? Now, when they say, yeah, oh, I know, I did a presentation for somebody recently, and then he started telling me people that he knows. And I said, it's good that you know all these people, but if you bring them and I present this to them and they want to also have a policy, protect themselves like you are doing for your family, is it okay if I get paid for that, even though you brought them? And they say, but why can't I also get paid? I said, okay, you can't get paid because you are not licensed. So how about you get a license? It takes 2 weeks to get a license so that you get paid for bringing those people. Right. So it's all about it. It's all about the approach. We are not harassing it. One thing that I always tell my team is that we don't convince anybody to join this business. We're not convincing you. So don't use the word convince. I'm trying to convince. No, you're not convincing anybody. Like, look, the person that brought me into this business, do you think that person did me a favor or I did that person a favor by joining the business? Obviously, he did me a favor, right? So you are doing people a favor. So you need to change the mindset from, your mindset should change from somebody, that person is going to help me by joining the business or write a policy, right? No, you are rather helping the person. There are people that have filed claims and their policies were written by legacy star agents. They have filed claims, 400,000, 70,000, 300,000 that they have been receiving. So the person that wrote those policies for them, and now they have critical illness and they receive 300,000. Do you think that agent did them a favor or they did that agent a favor by writing the policy? So you got to think of the end goal. The end goal is you are going to be the one doing that person a favor. Now, everybody here that is making money, when they stand on stage or when anywhere they say, they are grateful to the person that brought them into the business. So that is the mentality that I want you to have. The mentality that I want you to have is you are the one helping or giving these people the opportunity. And sometimes that is how I roll. When I walk through the airport, when I see some people, you know, guess what I tell myself? Should I change this person's life? Right? I have the information that they don't have. So I have the power to change their life. Who knows that person that is serving at a restaurant at the airport? If I share the information with that person is going to come in and within a year make $500,000, and 2 years, within a couple of years, make $1 million. I have that power to share that information with that person. So please, we don't convince anybody. We don't harass anybody. You just stick to the basics, right? Income protection. What account are you using to save for your children's college? Probate account that bypass probate. Index account. That's it. You get in, you present to them, right? Their goal should always be the mission first. The mission is to present and then learn how to present it well. Because once the person understands, if you are following everything that you are being taught, you are sharing a story when you get to critical illness and all those things. By the time you're done, the person wants to have the policy. You are not going to be the one convincing the person or the one trying to push the person to get a policy. All right. Does that answer your question consistent?
Wow, that was amazing. And that was really skillful. And I wish you come in pocket size so I could just keep you in my pockets so I can use that strategy. So I'll think about you each time, you know, I need to express those skills. My next question is, are the points directly proportional to the cash flow? And if they differ, where does the difference come?
The difference comes in your, the difference comes to, so the points is that times 12, and then so monthly premium times 12 times your commission level, right? So if your commission level is marketing director, that is times 50%, right? There's a factor, remember, there is a factor there, 1.25, if it's Trans-America policy, right? So what I'm using, I just made it simple by taking out that factor, right? But then if you actually want to calculate it, then you can calculate the commission, target premium times that factor. If it's Trans-America, it's 1.25 times the commission level, right? So if your commission level is marketing director, that is 50%. So annual target premium times the factor. If it's Trans-America, is 1.25. You got to check out what nationwide factor is. I'm not clearly sure of that. Times your commission level is marketing director is 50%. If it's a trainer associate is 25%, right? So annual target premium times 1.25, that is Trans-America's factor, times your commission level. That is equal to the commission.
So this does it make it more or less?
It makes it more. It makes it, no, in terms of the cash flow, it's not going to be more than the points, right? Because it's based on your commission level, right? So if your commission level is 25%, that multiplication times 25%, right, is going to reduce. It's not going to be equal to the points. But the points is the same regardless of your commission level.
Thank you so much, Benedict. Let's hear from Emmanuel. Manuela.
Thank you, Dr. Benedict. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thank you, everyone. My question is, how many persons supposed to be part of your producing team? Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Like I said in the when you were here in the period, when it was time for me to get to marketing director, SMDs, one person produced the team points for me, only one person. So it doesn't matter. That is why I say that even at the associate level, you can still lock in your points, because if you have one person that is going to produce within that rolling 3 months those points for you, and you also produce it, you're going to lock up the points, right? So it doesn't matter the number, but the more people that you have producing, the easier it's going to get for you to get a team points, right?
I know.
If you have 10 people, then it's going to be so easy. They write little, then you are okay, right? So that is why the recruiting is important. Yeah, recruit more people.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's hear from Fola. We're gonna do two more, and then we're gonna introduce our next speaker. We're not all the hands, but let's hear from Fola.
Thank you very much, Daniel, and thank you very much, Mr. Benedict. I appreciate you. The question I want to ask is that, for instance, you have, the way WFG is structured, you are an associate, and you have someone who registered you, and you at the time you have your points, that person who registered you, because his team points is likely to become an MD. Let's say the person becomes an MD by reason of those points, and you also you also have the same points. Is it who gets the points? The person who climbs, who registered you, or you that carry the points, even though the person didn't produce the points, but because the person was recruited under you and has the requirement, or do both of you become MD at the same time? And that's question number one. Question number two is that, let's say that month, the person wakes up and produces points, personal points, to become SMD. Does the person lock your own points, even though you two also have the personal points and the team points to become SMD? Is it shared, or only the person who recruits you gets the points? I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, you are making sense, right? Let me answer that question. So that is why SMD promotion is team points versus personal points, right? Yeah. Team points versus personal points. So let's say I recruited you, and then you recruited Anthony, and Anthony produces 37,500 points. Then we are all, let's say both of us are associates. Anthony produces 37,500 points. That 37,500 points belongs to our entire team, starting from me. So it's all in the entire team, right? Now, it's all in the entire team. Now, because you did not produce your 37,500 points in that rolling 3 months, and then I produce that 37,500 points in that rolling 3 months, Anthony's points is going to count towards me, and I'm going to lock up my points because you didn't, right? So there's no bias here. It's about you also. You cannot just bring 10 people and they will produce the points for you, and you don't produce anything. Likewise, I cannot bring you and then you are the one producing all the points and I'm not producing anything and I get to go. No, because I also need to do my personal points, right? So it's when it comes to that, the person also needs to produce. I have to produce. You also have to produce. If you brought Anthony in, Anthony is going to produce team points. The team points is going to count towards both of us. But then my personal points must also count, and your personal points must also count. So Anthony alone cannot come and then produce the points, and then both of us do nothing, and then we get promoted. No, it doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
So regardless, you still have to put in the personal points, right?
Yeah. So what you're saying is that, let's say that month, the person who recruited me also wakes up and produces the personal points, and I produce my personal points, and we have team points. We can both become SMD at the same time based on that.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Of course. You can both, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You can both become SMDs, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Benedict. I have two questions. The first question is, in the process of trying to clarify what consistency level is, you did mention that in a situation where your client is about canceling his policy, he should call you. Yeah, he should call so that you and him will discuss. I don't know what is that discussion. How is the discussion going to look like? And the second question is, I hope this is just a kind of, this lecture you have given to us is just explaining how you will become an SMD, which is very okay. I hope there is no conflict with what Mr. Fumble mentioned to us at the beginning, that this is an opportunity, even if you're a training associate, you have the opportunity of becoming an SMD within these 7 months. I hope there is no conflicting lecture with what he told us, with what you are saying, so that we'll now know that we're running a course. I don't understand. I don't know whether you understand what I'm talking about, because Mr. Fumble mentioned to us, this is the criteria to become SMD. It's like a kind of promo. So we are.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna let Daniel answer that.
Yeah. There's no conflict because when you do what I showed, everything is gonna fall in place. The reason why you don't see it falling in place is because you haven't done it. By the time you do 70,000 points and you have 35 recruits from your team, many things happen that you don't quite see them now. It just falls in place because any person that joins this business because they're not just joining to watch you succeed. They join because they join for themselves, right?
Yes.
So everything else is just gonna fall in place by default. That's just how it works.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, that is because if you do this NLA, if you work and then you succeed in, if you recruit 21 people personally and 10 of them get licensed, do you think those 10 are not going to be able to write policies for you to get team points, whilst you are also producing your own 70,000 points, which you need only 37,500 out of it? Yeah, that's so. If you achieve this criteria, you're going to hit SMD. So you just have to let it happen.
Then my first question.
Let's hear from Mike. Go ahead, Mike. We're gonna do Mike for the last question.
Sorry, you didn't answer my first question.
Okay, sorry. Hold on, Mike. Go ahead, Tony. What was the first question you asked, Anthony?
The first question is about the consistency level that you said is
that question that, okay. Let me answer that. So let's say that, so it all depends, right? Let's say, because there are some people that do not even know that after they have paid for 6 months, they can skip payment for like 3 months, right? There are people that are not aware of that because they know that when it comes to insurance, if you don't pay, guess what is going to happen? The policy is going to cancel. So that is why you tell the client that if anything, whatever reason is that you want to cancel the policy, I want you to call me. You know, there are some people that they're going to call you. They will, if they call you, the reason why they want to cancel is because somebody told them that there's a lot of charges with the IU and all those things. And you're going to bring the person down and you're going to explain. You get your SMD or your EMD and you can get a person down and you're going to explain all the charges to the person and let the person know that there are no charges. Whatever you are paying is what gives you the protection for the critical illness if you were to fall sick today. And sometimes we can even break it down to the point that we show to the person that you have a $1 million policy and you are only paying in terms of charges only $113. Well, how much do you pay for your own car insurance? And how much coverage you have on that car insurance? So that is why you have to let the person call you, because there might be different reasons why the person want to call. Maybe the person lost their job. They have an emergency, they cannot make the payment for the next couple of months. You can skip payments. So there are so many ways that you got to let a person talk to the person and see the best way to save the policy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's hear from the last speaker. We're going to call on we're going to do Solange, and we're going to do Yonko, and then that's it. Sorry, Obi. So go ahead, Solange.
They skipped me.
Okay, sorry, Mike. I had called you. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Benedict. I know when you were asked about the fact that this looks like we are harassing people, and you answer saying that the question that we usually ask have nothing to do about harassing people. And one of these questions is about the student loan. So I was talking to one of my prospects before, and I asked her that question. If she has any account now in the future for a kid to use without taking student loan going to school. And she said, yes, I have 529 accounts. So I was blocked. I don't know what else to say because I was on the phone. I was trying not to do a presentation on the phone, right? I'll try not
Mike,
to.
let me answer the question so that we go fast. Now, no matter when you ask those questions, no matter what they are going to say, your answer is going to be this. I was making the same mistake until I listened to this presentation. I am now well informed and I have been able to make an informed decision. I want you to listen to the presentation. That's all that no matter what they're going to say, don't explain. I have 529, I have this, whatever. Or you ask the person, do you have an account that bypass? Or do you have an account that bypass probate? And the person asks you, what is that? You know what? I was making the same mistake, right? Until I listened to this presentation. I'm now well informed and I've been able to make an informed decision. So no matter what they're going to say, do you have an income protection account or have disability at work? I was making the same mistake, right? Now, if you don't have children, you cannot say you're making the same mistake because you don't have kids, so, right? Yeah, so you can say, I thought that it was the best, but I was making a mistake, right? So it all depends, but don't just like you are doing, don't present. Daniel Fumbu told me something. He said, don't give a haircut on the phone, right? When I joined, and since then, I've never given a haircut on the phone, right? I have to present to you.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, let's hear from Solange.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Benedict. Yeah, I want to ask you the question related for the one more clarification for locking the point. As you're explaining for locking the point, it means that there is the system is the one managing those locking the point. Now, if today I have enough points, personal points, it's enough more than the one you required. And I hope that the next month to receive the license required to be qualified. Now, if I lock the point, how long those points will be available to use or can
1
be
year.
expired?
1 year.
Okay. Now, if it's for 1 year, I can keep locking the point, or the one I already locking, it's only the one I don't know. I don't have any
Hold on, you can
access
keep
to lock.
logging it. So you can, it's a rolling 3 months. So let's say December, January, February, you had 37,000 points, your team had 37,000 points, right? And then we go to January, February, March, right? But then in December, you lost 15,000 points, your team also lost 15,000 points, right? But then January, February, March, your team made 20,000 points, 20,000 points, right? So it means in that rolling 3 months of January, February, March, guess what? The points are still logged in again. Like you have that requirement. So you don't stop, right? You don't stop. You keep producing. You keep helping your team. The system will pick when it's time for you. When you have made a requirement, then the system goes back as far as 1 year to see if in a rolling 3 months you had that requirement. That is all that it needs.
Okay, thank you.
Last speaker, Yunko. So you can unmute now.
Thank you.
Yunko, you can unmute now.
Thank you, Mr. Fumbo. Thank you, Dr. Benedict. My question is about the chargeback. So if you had a chargeback, let's say, okay, your rolling period starts this month, and you wrote a policy last month, and the payment left in of trying to clear until it got charged back. So does that mean since the rolling period started this month, your rolling period will cancel for this month? You have to start all over? And
It depends on the points, right? It depends on the points. So it depends on the number of points that you produce. So it depends. So so listen. It's rolling 3 months. Every time rolling 3 months. So it can be December, January, February, or it can be January, February, March, or it can be February, March, April, right? Rolling 3 months. So let's say that you had a chargeback, December, January, February, you had a chargeback, and that chargeback took points away, right? Now, if you go back into your system and then you look at your points, you look at what you are missing in that new rolling 3 months, and then you try to get it, right? you can, yeah, and then you try to get it.
Okay. Thank you.
So thank you so much for all the questions. We're going to do a quick 5 minutes break, and then we're going to introduce our second speaker. A 5 minutes break.
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, something for oddities, stranger possess. Ain't ever wanna be the winning the novelties. Don't ever change, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they
All right. Let's give Dr. Benedict Adu a round of applause. Thank you so much, Benedict, for putting it in. We're going to introduce our closing speaker, our final speaker. So let me look for her and spotlight her co-host and highlight. All right. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you so much, everybody. So I hope you took your 5 minutes quick break, a cup of water, maybe coffee to stay awake, because you're about to get a lot more into the value that the arithmetic that Benedict just provided. So I want to introduce you to Claudine Blaise. Claudine is based in Arizona, in California. Claudine is based in California. She is one of the first people, she's the first person here from Burundi. The first. So it was Claudine and Dr. Veronica and Joaba, they almost joined right around the same time. Claudine is a nurse practitioner. In business with the husband, Edem, they are all working together, building a huge business. Now, Claudine became an executive marketing director about 2 months ago. Her cash flow is now over 350,000. Now imagine you go from making 100K as a nurse practitioner. And then now, almost $400,000. No, $400,000. My bad. It's actually $400,000, now going for $500,000. That's my error. It's more than 400,000, now heading for 500,000. Now, everybody here is trying to become an SMG, but she has promoted SMGs. Not one, not two, not three. She promoted 4. So that means 2 more, she becomes a CEO. You see, you can become a CEO in our industry. At your job, you will never become the CEO. And when you become an EMD, you start participating in the next level of bonuses with the company. That's the best part about being an executive. So you become an SMD, and they promote 3 SMDs, you become an EMD. At the level of an EMD, you start participating in tremendous bonuses from the company every month, every month, every month, every month. So that's why she's now making a lot of money. Before you know it, she's going to promote 4 more. Before you know it, she's going to be a millionaire. Why? When you start making bonuses, a lot starts happening. So today, we're going to be hearing from her. She'll be telling you a lot of stuff that I want you to pay super, super attention, because sometimes you miss out on the things that are going to change your life. This might be it. So when you listen, you're going to catch. And when you catch, you're going to run with it. Just like other people didn't know the numbers that Benedict just explained, that you can see you've contributed for 10 years, but you're making more money on the cash on that side. Many people didn't have the eye to see that, but he just drew your attention to it. He drew your attention to it. You know, the eyes can never see, the brains can never see what the eyes are not looking for. The brains and the eyes have to work together. If your brain knows what you're looking for, the eyes can see it. That's why I'm excited for the next 1 hour for us to hear from Claudine, who is making big things happen. And I cannot wait for you to become the next Benedict and the next Claudine. So thank you so much, Claudine, for speaking to us today. I'm going to hand it over to you. Take it over.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Fumble, for giving me this opportunity to be here speaking to Legacy Star Hierarchy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Claudine Blaise. Let me share my screen here quickly. So my name is Claudine Blaise, and this is my handsome husband here. I want to thank him, because if it wasn't him, I wouldn't be here doing this business, right? And he also, quit his job. He left his military job to be here. We need to build this empire, right? So I appreciate him for all his hard work. So I want to tell you that if I am here, I am a product of NLA and Growth Academy, right? When I joined, I was told there's an NLA happening. I didn't even know what it was, right? I went ahead and paid money. I joined. But after that NLA, I became a marketing director. And 2 months later, another one started. I joined again. After that NLA, the second one, I became SMD. So if you are here, you paid your money to be here in this NLA, please have a plan in place. The information you are getting here is very, very important. Don't just show up and don't do what it takes to graduate, because it's automatic. If you graduate, you will get to the next level. That's why it's called Next Level Academy. And sometimes they put this contest out and people don't push themselves. I want to tell you this: push yourself to graduate. It's the reason why you pay that $200. Don't just sit and watch people winning while you are just sitting there at the same level. You have, by the time this NLA is finished, you have to be to the next level. That's the reason why, right? And of course, you get to travel, right? You have a free trip to Mexico. If you graduate, it's not just graduation. You are going to travel with your family. It's a free vacation, Imagine you are learning and you get to travel. How good is that? So, little bit about me. Again, my name is Claudine Blaise. I came to America, I came to America as a refugee. I did not speak English. So if you see me speaking here, I had to learn how to speak English. I went to English as a second language, ESL class. So I came here and I was told, there's American dream. I was just in search of that American dream, right? So this is my journey in search of that American dream, right? So I started nursing school. They told me go to nursing school because that's how you're gonna get the American dream. I started nursing school in 2011. I graduated with my BSN. I thought life would be better, but guess what? I found myself working overtime and overtime and overtime. Then I got burned out. I was like, what is next? I went back to school. Now I did master's and I earned FNP, right? I started working in the clinic, seeing 40 patients a day. I was like, this is not for me. I had no life. I was charting every single day. I went to bed at 2 a.m. because I had to finish the charting. So I went back again, right? Hoping to do what? To get the American dream. So when I was the FNP, I was getting paid $3,000 every 2 weeks. Now, after I went back for PMHNP, guess how much the raise I got? $800 every 2 weeks. So I was getting paid $3,800 every 2 weeks. Just think about that. But guess what I had? I had massive student loans. And I quickly realized that I was crazy. You know what they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. I was expecting to see the American dream, but I was still broke. And I was getting myself into so much student loans. So guess what? I realized that the American dream is still alive, but you can't do it as an employee. That is the truth. You cannot do it as an employee, right? So WFG found me, and when WFG found me, I was in trouble. I was in shambles. I had got laid off. I had no job. I was at home. So in 2019 ending, right, I received a text message on Facebook, and I was like, what is this? I was like, this is not for me, right? This angel right here, my angel, Mr. Francis Kimbe, we went to school together, right? We did masters at the same university. So for some reason, we're in the same Facebook group. He even had my number. I don't know what happened. I guess he lost it. So he found me on Facebook. He sent me a message. So I was like, this is not for me. I was ignoring everything he was sending. That time, I had a job. I was good. And then he didn't know that I was pregnant. He was inviting me to go to an event they had in California, which he thought it was close to me, but it was 6 hours away. So I was like, I can't go, right? So I ignored him. I had a baby. In March, I was supposed to go back to work. And then COVID happened, everything shut down. And I received a text message from my manager that they won't need me anymore. So what do? Back to square zero. We live in California, we live on 2 incomes, and 1 income is gone. I was in trouble. I started searching for something to do. Then I quickly remembered that if somebody was sending me videos on Facebook. I did not go to contact him. Instead, I was just on YouTube praying and fasting, hoping to get something. Thank God he followed up with me. I saw his text message again. This time he was like, hey, see, I made 1,000. I just want to speak to you about this opportunity. I was like, okay, what is it? That time I was desperate. I said, let me know, what is it? He said, okay, can you jump on the Zoom real quick? I did. Guess what? As he was presenting, the dream was sold, and I joined WFG. And that's how I started, right? Guess what? When I joined, I just wanted to make that one extra $1,000 for groceries so I could help my husband. He was able to cover the rent. The kids were home. We didn't have to worry about daycare. I just wanted to make that $1,000 to help him at least with groceries, right? So I was excited. I got my license. But because I said yes to that WFG opportunity, right? Because of that, yes, many people have been impacted. So imagine if I had said no, right? And I'm glad you are here, guys. You said yes, because you are going to impact a lot of people. Let me show you what that did to me. In our team, we believe in collective success, right? So imagine, I said yes, I went out, I found people who are dreamers, who want to win, I brought them to the business. In June, 30 people made money in my team. That made me so happy to see that I've been able to impact 30 people. With my FNP license, I was not impacting anybody. It was just me and my family. So one thing that WFG gave us is this gift that we are able to impact other people, right? Impact the purpose. We are able to impact other people. And then 40 more people got paid in October. I was so happy. So in our team, we celebrate every little achievement, right? This was huge for me because I came just by myself, but look, other people who are also making money, right? That is collective success. Now, so Team Aegis, we are growing, right? This is me and my husband, Mr. Jetta Wilson, my first SMD, right? We have Mary Morera, second SMD. I was also able to build leaders who are also building empire, right? Our third SMD, you know, Dr. Amy, and then our fourth SMD, Nena Osaji, right? This makes me so happy what we are able to do here in WFG because we can impact other people's lives. And then we have more leaders coming. All these champions who are here, they will be the next SMD. Just watch. They are coming. They are all MDs working hard to get where? To SMD. They told me we must go to Las Vegas as an EVC team, and it's going to happen. I know what they are doing. I know what they are capable of doing, right? Again, remember, I said yes. Look, all these leaders here in front of you because of that one yes. So if you are here sitting on this Zoom and you are afraid to open your mouth and give this opportunity to somebody, think twice. Think twice. You have gold in your hands. Don't be stingy. Share the opportunity, right? So what is our vision? We have vision because the Bible said many people are perishing because of lack of vision. So we have a vision in our team. What is our vision? Our vision is to help 200,000 families achieve financial freedom through financial education. We are building an agency of at least 100,000 licensed agents. And guess what? We are going to add at least 1 billion wealth in our community. And guess what? We're going to become #1 financial industry. We know where we are heading. And guess what? When you have a vision that is stronger enough and powerful enough, nothing and nothing can stand in your way. We are coming. Team Aegis, we are coming. And guess, if you don't believe, just watch. You know, we have this vision. It sounds crazy as it is, but I know that small steps lead to big things. As we are working, helping one family at a time, we are going to get there. I know that. We also have mission. What is our mission? Our mission is to close the wealth gap, one family at a time. You guys saw, I don't know if you watch CNN, you saw a Black family, 17,000, that's the wealth. And you saw the other part, the Caucasians. You saw the wealth, right? There's a huge gap. So we must close that gap. And that's why we are working hard. And that's why we are going around looking for more people to have more boots on the ground, because I can't do it by myself. Miss Nena can't do it by herself. Dr. Amy can't do it by herself. Mr. Daniel can't do it by himself. We all have to go out and go help our people, right? So what does it take to win in WFG, right? I'm going to try to go fast because I have so many nuggets for you guys. What helped me to win here, right? So first, let me talk about my milestones, right? So when I say I'm winning, I want you to understand, right? It's not that I'm not winning. So I became licensed in 2020, right? August of 2020. In 2021, I received my MD promotion. I started just like you are here. If you are training associate, I started just like you. September 2021, SMD promotion. All these promotions came after NLA and after big events. We have so many big events coming up. We just had one in Dallas. I can't wait to see all these milestones that are going to pop up because of the big events, right? Then, January 2022, I earned 100K ring, right? And then October 2022, I fired my boss. I became full-time in WFG. That first month in November, I made my first 40,000 a month. And I started regretting, why didn't I quit this thing long time ago? You know, I went back and got distracted and went to find another job. If I had stayed home and focused on WFG, today could have been a different story, right? So learn from my mistake. Learn from my mistake. Focus, don't get distracted, right? If I had stayed home in 2020 and worked on this business, today could have been a different story, right? But it's okay. We learn from our mistakes, right? So in April 2023, I got to 250K rate, right? And then July 2023, it went to 300. And then August 2024, I qualified for Tiger School. If you know Tiger School, anyone who is big in this company, all the FCBCEC, all the ECFC, they all attended Tiger School. So this is a school where all the rising leaders go to be equipped with so many, so many nuggets so that they can go and build big empire, right? So I qualified. I used to hear, Tiger School, and I was like, how can I get to Tiger School? You know, my own mentor attended Tiger School, right? So even Stefania Fumba attended Tiger School. Those were my two mentors. So I told them, go to Tiger School, and I said, I must follow the steps. I have to go to Tiger School. I missed the first one. I missed the second one. I said, I can't miss the third one, right? So in 2024, I qualified for Hawaii, 2024, free trip. And then 2025, we are going next week to Hawaii, free trip. My family, my kids are already ready. They're packed. Everything is ready to go, right? So this is the goodness of WFG, right? And then November 2024, we got promoted as EMD, and we hit 1 million coin best shop, right? All this, it takes consistency, not quitting, focusing on little steps, doing the same boring things we do every single day, right? Some people think it's boring, but if you keep doing that boring stuff, yeah, that's what it's gonna take you, right? So guess what? January 2025, we earned our 4th diamond, and we are going to 5th, we are going to 6th. It's gonna keep happening. Again, I say, if you don't believe me, just watch, right? The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. Now, what it takes to win here, guys, what it takes to win here, you must master the system. There's a system. Get licensed fast, right? Speed is key in this business. You can't sit in one place for too long. You cannot be a training associate for 6 months, for 2 years. You cannot. Nowadays, people are becoming SMD in 3 months. Hello, yes, right? Plug into training and events. Always be learning. You get the link every morning. What do you do with that link? Do you join in and attend and listen? Some people tell me, oh, it's boring. Really? They say what? Nuggets are cut, they're not cut. I attend all the trainings. Why? I don't know who's gonna speak. I don't know who's gonna drop a nugget that I need to build my business. And I'm always taking my notes because I am that hungry. I remember when I joined, there's no Zoom that I did not attend. You must learn how to follow the system. Don't reinvent the wheel. The system is already there. The only thing that is missing is you and you. Just come and do what you are told to do. Whatever Daniel Fomba is telling you to do, do. Whatever your mentor tells you to do, do. And then number 2, build a massive pipeline. What does that mean? Focus on consistent prospecting. Prospecting. If you have no people, you have no business. A business must have people. If you work in a hospital, they will tell you they have a referral program. Bring a friend. What do they want? They need people to build the business. So you need people to build the business. If it's just you, you are self-employed. Now, you must set multiple appointments daily. This is something you have to learn. You must learn how to set up appointment, right? When you set up appointment, you have to give people options. Hey, what's your availability? Does 10 a.m. Pacific time or 12 p.m. Pacific time work for you? Give them 2 options, let them choose. If you let them choose, oh, what time are you available? They will never be available. So always give them options. Aim at least to have 10 appointments per week. Always be busy in this business. Follow up like a pro. Guess what they say? Fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not following up, you are losing a lot. I have a follow-up book. Anybody who says I'll call me later, or let's do this next time, or let me think about it. I put them in my follow-up book. So every time before I go to bed, I look my follow-up book. What are the numbers I'm gonna call the next day? What are the numbers? Because guess what? You're not gonna follow up and somebody's gonna close that person. But if you had follow-up, it could have been your person, right? So close and serve clients. Master PowerPoint. You have to understand the blue PowerPoint. How do you understand the blue PowerPoint? Don't just memorize without knowing what you are talking about. You have to read the books. You have to read the books. You can't go and try to close somebody. You don't understand what is annuity. You don't understand what is 401k. You don't know qualified, non-qualified. You must understand everything on PowerPoint. Present to close. Don't present to just teach somebody. Present to close. Present to do what? To close. Build trust. Let me tell you something. People don't buy the product. They buy you. So people buy from those they like and they respect. So if you don't learn how to build trust with people, then you're not going to close anybody, right? Now, recruit and duplicate. Mr. Benedict, I talked a little bit about recruiting. Recruiting is the backbone of what we do, right? Always be recruiting. Always be recruiting. As I said, you don't have people, you don't have a business. Build a team, don't just sell. If you want to be self-employed, just sell, right? Just sell. If you are just selling, you know, 2 hands, 100 hands are better than 2 hands. If you are just selling and it's just you, it's only you with 2 hands. But imagine you build a team of 100 people. Now you have 200 hands. Is that not better? That's better than 2 hands, right? Now, develop leaders. Leadership creates momentum. How do you develop leaders? You must learn how to build. You know, I always tell people, if you have brought one person in the business, people in my team know, I always tell them you are a leader. You have one person, you have brought one person who trusted you, you are a leader. So if you are a leader, what are you doing to make sure that you are going to help this person you just brought in the business? Your homework is to do what? Master the business. If you master the business, you're already a leader. You're a leader because you can transfer your skills to somebody else, right? So if you want to win here faster, learn the business quickly. And then develop leaders. Leadership creates momentum. My business switched when I understood that everybody has to be a leader. So as long as you have one person under you, you are a leader. And I tell them all the time, duplicate yourself in everything you do. If it's only you, your team don't know how to present, you have no business. How can you help 10 business partners in one day? You're gonna be burned out, right? So build leaders. Attend all big events, right? Big events, oh my God. Events build beliefs, right? Yours and your teams, right? So the other skill you must learn how to mobilize. Very important. Learn how to mobilize. More people you take to the big events, the bigger you are going to grow. Because they say if you want to change people, take them to big events because those big events can change people's life. You can talk and talk and talk. People will not trust you because they don't even know why they are following you. But if you take them to big events, they see other people, they believe more and faster. We have a big event coming up in Orlando. We have a big event coming up where? In Dallas. Have you bought a ticket? Are you mobilizing your team members? Are you getting tickets for people? I bought more than 20 tickets. I don't even know if I'm going to have people going, but I bought them anyways. And now my homework is to do what? To find those people to take to Las Vegas. The tickets are still opening. What are you going to do? Go sign up. Sign up, buy tickets. Invest in your business, right? Network with top earners. You know, when I go there, I see Lilia. I see Mr. Daniel Fombo. I see people are doing better than me. I get to learn from them. I get to ask them questions. You can do that, the same thing. Success leaves clue. Yeah? Bring the team. More attendees, more growth. Don't just come by yourself. I always tell people, if you keep coming to the event by yourself, you're not growing. Because, you know, I tell my team member, if it's just you, don't even come. Why are you coming? You've been to this event 5 times. You are wasting time and money. If you're not bringing anybody, don't show up. Because why are you here, right? You want to take my t-shirt home, but you're not doing anything, right? So stay mentally tough. Oh my goodness, mental toughness, right? Let me tell you, expect rejection. Everybody's not going to say yes. If everybody said yes, I would have been a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. But everybody's not going to say yes. You have to expect that. And don't take it personally. You know, people are busy being busy doing nothing. Let them be busy. You build your business. No means next person. Go to the next person, right? Stay consistent. Success is the number of game, guys. Number of game. If you understand this game, just as long as you are doing the right thing every single day, one day it will fall in place. Stay around winners, right? Why? Winners will help you to become like them. Environment is everything. You know, I always tell people, when I came in WFG, most of my friends who didn't understand me, I dropped them. I dropped them because we are not the same. We don't understand things the same way. They are constantly telling me negativity about this business and I don't want to hear it. So I dropped them. But guess what? They are coming back now that I'm winning. So don't let anybody inject their negativity into you and cause you to quit this amazing opportunity. So guess what do? The people in your business are your friends. My team members are my friends. We celebrate each other. You know, I had a birthday, they threw a surprise birthday for me. I didn't even know. Everybody there was in my team. It was amazing to be around people with like mind, right? So stay around with winners. Heart environment matters in this business because if you don't, people will make you quit this business. Become an SMD ASAP. Dr. Benedict just gave great nuggets on how to become a SMD. If you took those notes and go implement, you know, the hardest thing to do in this business is implementation. People come on training every single day. You see them on camera, but they are still in the same place. Why? They learn, they don't go implement. Go implement what you learn in these trainings. We don't just come here to speak for you to watch and then just go and put your notebook somewhere. No, implement. As soon as you finish, say, what am I going to do? What's the plan? How can I implement this information that I just got here? Dr. Benedict just gave you the game of how to calculate numbers. So calculate your numbers, calculate your team's numbers, make sure you're locking in those numbers because numbers are the hardest thing. There are so many benefits of you becoming SMD. Ownership of your business, bonuses. You qualify for many bonuses. There's the personal, there's the team, there's so many things you qualify for. And guess what? You lead from the front. Your team follows your pace. So never you ever quit. Because guess what? We heard the guy who spoke, Mr. Che. He quit 4 years ago. I can tell you, if that guy was here 4 years ago, he could have been a billionaire today if he stayed. I can tell you, the guy I saw, the passion, how he is passionate about this business, he could have been a millionaire. But look what happened. He got distracted. So don't quit. Even though things are not going well, stay the course. As long as you are showing up, you stay next to the fire, you never get cold, you never quit. You know, if I see somebody doesn't show up on my training, I call them. Do you do the same with your team members? As I said, you're a leader. Even if you have one team member, your job is to bring them to the BPM. That's how they remain next to the fire. If you bring somebody in the business, you don't care whether they attend BPM, they're going to get called and they're going to quit. So your job, the day of the BPM, you mobilize. You know what I do on the day of the BPM? Every day I'm calling agents, reminding them. I'm sending reminders. I learned from the best, Daniel Fombo. The day of the BPM, how many reminders does he send? You know, this business is copy and paste. If you see what your mentor is doing, if you do the same, you're going to win. You are going to win. There's no question asked. So on Thursday, when I have my BPM, I'm calling people. I'm calling all new people who just started. We have a meeting. I'm reminding them because I want them to come, stay next to the fire. If they're not showing up, they are going to fall off. So the only way to fail is to quit. The only way you fail in this business is if you quit. If you don't quit, eventually it's all going to fall in place. Keep improving. Read, train, and grow daily. How many books do you read? If I don't have an appointment, I'm listening to a podcast. You know, if I'm driving, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm watching a YouTube video, learning how to close, learning how to recruit, learning how to overcome objection. Do you do those things? What are you constantly pouring into you? Because you need to pour something into you so that people can have what to pour out of you. Because people can pour out of empty cup. So if you don't educate yourself, right? What are you gonna teach people? You know, when I started, I didn't know how to speak. When I told my husband I joined this business, he was like, you? He laughed at me. I said, you who can't even speak, how are you gonna run a team? You know, I was that person who's always running away from leadership skills. If I go to work, they tell me I'm gonna be a charge nurse, I will run because I don't want to be a leader. But guess what? Thank God WFG found me. I had that potential. It's just that it was my self-limiting belief that I had, telling myself that I can't speak, telling myself that I can't be a leader. So somebody saw that potential in me and got that potential out of me. That's the same thing, that person who brought you in the business, they saw potential in you that you don't even know you have. So it's up to you to come and let them pour that potential out of you and go win, right? So keep improving every day. If you don't know how to speak, do you know how many videos I've watched on YouTube on how to public speak? When I go on that stage, I'm panicking. But guess what? I do it anyways. I do it because I'm a leader. I have a team who's looking out for me, right? So keep the vision big. Keep the vision big. You saw our vision. It's too big, right? But guess what? That vision is going to push us to go for it. So financial freedom is the goal. Somebody yesterday told me, look, we did not come to America with visitor visa. We came here to work, looking for the American dream. So what are you doing to make sure that you're gonna get that dream, that American dream? So guess what? Think big, act fast, believe fast. You know, people come here, they don't believe fast. They're just sitting. I'm just waiting to see if this thing works. Let me tell you, if you come here, your mentor tells you this thing works, go do what your mentor is telling you to do. Start right away. Take full ownership of your success. Eliminate the victim mentality. No excuses, no blaming, just solutions. Don't bring your kids as excuses. When I joined, I had 3 kids under 5. I did not make any excuse at all. You know what? Thank God for Mr. Francis. He was in Florida, I was in California. He will wait for me after I put him to bed to train me. We used to start our training 10 p.m. our time, California. That's 1 a.m. in Florida. He would train me 2 hours. I go to bed at midnight. 5 a.m. I'm up. What are you willing to give up to gain for good, right? For you to win here in WFG, you must give up something. I gave up sleep. I gave up all the time I had to watch all my Real Housewife of Atlanta, watching the Kim Kardashian. I stopped all that because I wanted to win here. What are you giving up for you to win? Own your results, whether they are good or bad. Learn from them and adjust, right? As I said, we all learn from our mistakes. Take initiative. Don't wait for success to come. Go create it. Be the flag bearer of your team. If you are in team victory, be proud to be in team victory. Be a flag bearer, right? Every time, talk the goodness of that team. That's what it takes to win here. That's what it takes. If you are struggling to recruit, don't blame the market. I hear people say, oh man, my people don't listen. You know what you have to do? Analyze your approach and refine it. Seek mentorship, practice and improve. If you're on my team, you know, I talk about recruiting every single day. There's no day that I train, I don't talk about recruiting. I always think that they get tired of me. And guess what? I will put the numbers out there and I will embarrass everybody. I say, look, this month you have not recruited anybody, you are dying. Because you cannot build a business if you are not bringing new people in the business. We are big on recruiting. I always talk about it. You have to embrace it. You have to love it. It's not the market. It's you who don't want change. You are complaining the market. How come other people are getting people? Why not you? Set big, clear, and achievable goals, guys. Very, very important. Very important. Every month, I always set up goals for recruiting. I say, I must recruit 5 people. Do you know what ended up happening? I recruit 2, 3. But the months that I don't set up that goal, I recruit 0. Because I don't have a goal. I'm just going. So think big. Set goals that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. Yeah, I give myself 5. I know it's not easy, but sometimes I do 5. Sometimes I do 3. But if I don't, I get none. Break goals into actionable steps. If you say I'm going to recruit 30 people a month, you have 4 months. At least do 6 people every week, right? Break down those goals. If you say, I want to recruit 10 people or 8 people a month, do 2 people every week. Winning requires execution, implementation again. Stay focused on the next milestone. Do you know what is your next milestone? Do you know how to get there? If you're on this call, you don't know how to get to your next milestone, call your SMD after this call. Ask your SMD, how do I get to the next milestone? Because if you don't know where you are going, you're not going to get there. You're not going to get there. Always be running for something. Be running. I always tell people, in this business, we don't crawl, we don't walk, we run. So if you are running, you're going to get something. I always say run for SMD. Nobody ever crawls to SMD. So what does that mean? You know you need 40,000 points, 37,500 points personal, and you need 37,500 points as a team. You already know the premium you need. So what do? You run. You look for your personal, you do spotlights for your team members, everything is locked in, your SMD in 3 months. Guys, we have people locking in points in 3 months to their SMDs. Why somebody's here for 2 years, 3 years, no SMD? That means you don't know what you are doing here. You don't know your next master. Always be running. There's no need to sit on one milestone for a long time, right? So instead of saying, I want to be successful in WFG, set a clear goal. I will recruit 5 agents and help them write their first policies within 90 days. Write it down. You have to be precise. You have to know when. Don't just make a vague goal. Oh, I will help them make this money. In how long? You can help them make 10,000 in 2 years, right? In 2 years. So think big, guys. This business is very, very good. So excuses are useless. Results are priceless. So if you don't make excuses, you're gonna get results. Master the no excuse mentality. Excuse kills momentum, right? A winning mindset means doing whatever it takes to hit your goal. What it takes. If it takes for me to fly to Florida and help an agent, I am there. If it takes for me to be on the Zoom until 3 a.m., I'll do it. You must learn how to replace your excuses with action. You know, I remember when I started, when I almost quit this business, right? I called Stephanie, I was giving excuses. I think she could smell those excuses. You know what she said? She just got off the phone because she didn't want to hear those excuses. I know when you are making excuses, we know, right? Because we have gone through it ourselves. So don't make excuses. Every time you think like you want to make excuse, think about action. What can I do to change this? If something is not working, adjust and keep going. Adjust and keep going, right? Stay solution focused. Winners focus on how they can, know why they can't. So if you're always telling yourself, oh, you know, I can't recruit 5 people, this is hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because that's what you are telling yourself. Subconscious mind, you are telling yourself you can't, and your mind is going to respond. So winners focus on how they can, not they can't. So if you can tell yourself, I can, I must, and I will, have that mentality is going to happen. Be resourceful, right? If you don't have the answer, you have mentors. Use your mentors, right? You have so many. If you can find me, you go to Francis. If you find Francis, you go to Stephanie until you get to Fobo. Everybody has Daniel Fobo's number. Ask. Find someone who does, right? We are fortunate enough to have an opportunity where people are wanting you to win. People don't hide any information from you. People are pouring out everything they have for you to win. So what is missing? What is missing? Fix your mindset, change your mindset. Instead of saying people are interested in life insurance, somebody just said that we are pushing or we are doing what? People are not interested in life insurance. Rephrase it. How can I better communicate the importance of financial security? You are either doing the wrong way. If you are cutting hair on the phone, people are not going to listen to you. As I said, use the blue screen, bring that person, educate, do it the right way. If they're not listening to you, it's because you go and call them. Hey, I just got a license. You know, I'm a life insurance agent. They will block you. They will never listen to you again because they know you want to talk about life insurance. So ask your mentor, teach me, how do I prosper? How do I talk to people? If you attend training, we talk about this thing every single day. Develop unshakable confidence. Oh my God. This is the best thing you could ever have. If you are confident in what you are talking about, nobody will ever say no to you. If they say that you don't know what you are talking about, they'll run away from you. And that's why you must master every single thing you are learning in this business, right? Winners believe in themselves, even when others doubt them. Act like the person you want to become. If you want to become like Daniel Fomo, act like it. I want to become like Lillian, I act like it, right? So act like the person you want to become. Speak with certainty, right? Don't talk like you don't know what you are talking about. Oh, you know, I think this cash value, I think this goes back to what? You not knowing the product. You not attending training. Surround yourself with winners. We talked about this, right? If you don't believe in your ability to succeed in WFG, why will anyone else believe in you? And they can sense it. Trust me, they can sense it. Build your confidence by practicing, learning, and taking action. Role play. You know, in my team, every evening we do role play. Role play. I tell everybody, if you feel like you don't know how to talk, just come to role play. Let's role play. You are going to learn something. You're going to learn something. Your confidence matters in this business. You know, when you are trying to prospect somebody, you are telling them, come in, this business is good. But you are acting like it's not good. You are acting like you don't even know what you are talking about. Do you think you're going to recruit me? You can't recruit me. You can't recruit me, right? If you want to be successful, you have to be consistent, period. You have to be consistent. You can't perform today and tomorrow you're not performing. Keep learning and stay coachable. Coachability. A winning mindset is a learning mindset. Growth never stops. You know, there are people come in this business. The moment they think they know the business, they don't show up. They don't listen to their mentor. They don't pick up a phone. They're just there doing things you don't even know what they're doing. The moment you start doing that, know that that's your downfall. Let me tell you something. I still see my mentor attend Daniel Fombo's training. I still see Stefania attend Daniel Fombo's training. It's not because they don't know what they're talking about. They know, but they have to go learn, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Stay coachable. Coachability is one of the most important things you have to do in this business. Coachability. A lot of people mistake coachability with being controlled. Nobody's controlling you. Nobody's controlling you. We are just telling you, we are giving you what you need for you to succeed. If I tell you, hey, attend this training, you must be here. Be there. You know, I always tell myself, even if they say run, I will run. If Daniel Fombo say run, I will run because I know if he's telling me to run, he has done it. I know it's going to work. I know he has the best interest in me. He's not going to tell me something that is not going to help me. That's what it means to be coachable. If your mentor say, be here this time on this training, be there. Always be learning from mentors and top leaders. Seek feedback and apply it. You know, some people don't want to hear the feedback. They don't want people to correct them. You have to learn to take it and embrace it and go change whatever they're telling you. We must take advices and implement it. If you're not doing the right thing and somebody corrects you, that's a good thing. They're even telling you they can let you do the mistakes and not win, right? Invest in self-development. Very big. Read books. How many books have you read? There's a Theory 101, there's a Theory 202. Have you read those two books? People have relaxed on reading books. Let me tell you something. If you are not reading books, you are not improving. And there's a level where you're not going to pass. Because you must constantly be improving yourself. The biggest in your room should be a room for self-development. Attend event, keep improving. If I didn't read the book, I'll show you books that I read. If I did not read books, I wouldn't be speaking to you like I am speaking to you right now. I wouldn't, right? But I understood that I have to get better for me to build a team. I have to get better for me, for my agent to know that they are following somebody, right? Example, if a successful leader in WFG, let's say Mr. Fombos tells you, use blue screen PowerPoint. Don't resist. Some people say, oh, it's too long. Or my people are too big, they're educated, this is the low level. Somebody told me that. Or my people, this is a blue PowerPoint is making them all that money. But why not use it? Why not use it, guys? Don't invent your wheel. The system is already in place. All you have to do is come here, copy, and paste. You know, I watched the video of Art William. He kept saying, right, whatever it is that is working, just do it, keep doing it, and do it, and do it, and do it, and do it again. That's what we do here, copy and paste. You know, you are making your PowerPoint, you are doing things, don't waste that time. Stay consistent and committed. Winners don't quit, they show up every single day. Commit to the long game, right? I always tell people, you know, if you come in our hierarchy, we have only been here maybe for 7-8 years, but there are people in Swanwell's team who have been here for 20 years. You know, for 20 years. Like there's this SMD, we were together in Tiger School, it makes millions. He has been this company for 20 years, right? So what does that tell you? If you stay the course, you stay here, you will make it. Guys, let's not rush things, right? Again, as Swanwen said, there are people who are gonna be in Ferrari lane, there are people who are gonna be in Toyota lane. It's okay to be in Toyota lane, as long as you know where you are heading. As long as you know where you are heading. There are also people who are gonna come and run, it's okay. Right? Don't compare yourself with people who are running while you are crawling. Maybe learn how to run and run with them, right? Stay disciplined, do the work, even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you don't feel like making a phone call, I force myself. Sometimes I don't feel like, get on a Zoom, I push myself to get out of bed. I have to go run this meeting. I have to go out. If I don't have a meeting, I'm out on the street. I'm at a store, right? Because guess what? I don't meet anybody if I'm in my house. I don't meet anybody. Be obsessed with improvement. Obsession, be obsessed with this business. Always aim to get 1% better each day. You know what I do? Every morning, if I'm helping the children, if I'm dropping my kids, they listen to those motivation videos. They know Ed Milet because they hear me listen to Ed Milet all the time. They know all these podcasts that I'm always listening about business because I want to build this empire. I'm always improving myself, right? If you make 5 calls today, tomorrow push yourself to make 6. A day after, push yourself to make 7. The key is progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Keep pushing yourself. It's like when you are working out, you start lifting 5 pounds. You go to 10, you go to 15. By the time you realize you are lifting 100 pounds, right? That's what it takes, consistency, not perfection. So embrace the process, not just the result. Winning is not just about hitting a goal. It's about becoming a person who constantly wins. So you can't win today and then 10 years later, you are nowhere, right? It has to be index winning, as Mr. Pompa said. Index, no stop, right? So fall in love with the journey. It's an amazing opportunity. You know, force yourself to love this. Don't complain, love it. Trust me, if you love it, in my house, we speak WFG every single day is WFG. My kids know. To the point where, Transamerica sent me the trophy, the red pyramid, and I was opening it. In the morning when I woke up, my son wrote a journal. And he said, and this is a 7 years old, when I grow up, I want to become SMD like my mom. They listen. They know. Because I'm passionate, I love this opportunity. They know that's what I do. And they love it too. Measure progress, not just the outcome. Celebrate small wins along the way. We celebrate people. You make 1,000, we are celebrating you. If you make 20, we are celebrating you. Because that's a big win. We all started like that. Lillian started making $20. If your goal is to earn 100K, focus on the daily action. You know, there's something we call money-making activities. What are the money-making activities? Phone call, presentation, BPM, spotlight, those are money-making activities. You making flyer is not a money-making activity. So people tend to get into managerial position where you just sit in the office, you are just making flyers, you are just, checking the policy. You know what? Checking the policy is money-making activities, but I do that before I go to bed, so that as when I call Transamerica, I already know it won't take me too long, right? So learn how to structure your day, schedule everything so that your calendar can be your boss. You know, when you're an employee, you get to work, you already have tasks. They already know. When you're a nurse, you get there at the nurse station, they already have patients for you. You already know what to do. Here, nobody has that for you. You have to do that for yourself. How do you do that yourself? By scheduling everything. If you don't schedule, you are going to forget. So focus on money-making activities, which are phone calls, right? Presentation, BPM, spotlights, right? Don't get distracted. Take action now. A winning mindset means moving with urgency. You can't say, oh, I want to make 100,000 and you're just no policy today, tomorrow policies. You have to move fast. Don't wait, execute immediately, right? Take massive action, even if it's imperfect, it's okay. Prioritize progress, again, over perfection. Keep pushing forward, no matter what. You don't feel like doing it, do it anyways. You are doing it for your children. Remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I made a vision board. It's by my bed. I put the pictures of what I want in my life. I put everything that I want. So every morning, when I don't feel like getting up, I even have them as my screensaver on my phone. I look at it, because guess what? Most of us, every time we wake up in the morning, we are looking at our phone. So I have it on my phone as screensavers. Guess what else I have? I have team vision, right? It's broken down what we have to do as a team to get here. Every team member has to do 3 recruits. I have all that. I see it every single day. I see it. So in that moment, I feel like I don't want to do anything. I look at it, I get up, and I'm out. Keep pushing forward no matter what. Don't wait until you feel ready to recruit or close the sale. Jump in, take action, and learn as you go. I see this all the time. People come here, it takes them 2 years to understand this business before they can recruit one person. That's not being coachable. I'm telling you, when I joined, Francis say, recruit. You can ask. Every weekend, I put 7 people together. I was all calling. I put 7 people together. I had to spotlight every single weekend because I was able to put 5, 7 people together every weekend. Why? Because he told me you can recruit. So if you're meant to tell you recruit, oh no, I don't want to tell my people what I don't know. Let me wait until I understand. By the time you wait to understand, somebody's going to snatch that person and you are going to regret it. So whatever you are told to do, do it. It's at your best interest, right? Let me tell you a secret. Can I tell you a secret? Who wants to hear a secret? Let me tell you a secret. So there's a lady called Rita. What is Miss Rita? Is recruiting is the answer. So if you are that person who say, I don't know people, let me tell you, go out and prospect. Go out and prospect, because remember, for you to move forward, you need 3 licenses, 4 licenses, 5 licenses to become MD, 4 to become SA, 10 to become SMD. So how can you get that if you don't have people? You gotta get out and recruit. Recruiting is the answer. But let me tell you something, it's not only recruiting. We have somebody called Litra. Licensing is the real answer. So when you recruit people, do you help them to study? We've heard from Valentine, Mr. Valentine, who taught us on how to help people get licensed. How they study. Do you sit with people you brought in the business and help them to study so they can get a license? You can recruit hundreds of people. If they're not licensed, you just wasted those people. You just wasted them. You can recruit 1,000. If you don't learn how to license them, if you don't know, buy the course, learn the things. You went through it when you are getting the license. Sit down and learn everything, understand it, so you can be able to teach other people. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. You know, we heard from SCBC, Miss Patricia. She told us, if you want to get to CEO, you need 100 licenses. If you want to get to EVC, you need this like 150. If you want to get here, you need 1,000. I'm glad she broke it down for us, because I know those licenses. I'm seeing the numbers. I know where I want to go. I'm going for those licenses. Right now we have a PASS class. My husband teaches the PASS class every evening, right? What are you doing? Do you have a PASS class? Do you sit down with your people and teach it? Or you just say, oh, they'll figure it out. They won't figure it out. Just remember, when you just recruit somebody, they have not seen the dream. They don't know what they are doing, but you have seen it. So help them. That's a very vulnerable moment that is very critical for you to sit with those people and get them at least to get that license. Then when they get the license, the next thing is to get them to net recruit. Make them at least make 1,000. Once they're paying 1,000, remember, most people join just to make 1,000. That's at least me, right? At least me. So recruiting, you must have a goal. And your monthly recruiting goal depends on your personal and team growth targets. You know, I have some vision I put under for my team. And I said, for us to have 500 recruits by the end of December, everybody, I counted based on how many licenses we have. Because those who are licensed, I know at least they're active. I say everybody must, we have to do at least 40 recruits every month. So everybody has to do at least 3. I put it out there, they know, right? They know. I broke it down. And I said, we have to get to this for us to be EVC, we need this point. For us to get to SCBC, we need 6,000, we need 6 million points. So how can you contribute to this? We work as a team. We work as a team for those who want to be at least, right? Now, personal goal, aim at least for 5 direct recruits. It's not just the team. You have to do your personal, as Mr. Benedict said. You have to do your personal. So put a goal in place. How many do I want to do? 5? Trust me, you will end up doing 3 or 4 or 5 or 7. Each team member recruit at least 1 to 2 new agents per month. As a leader, again, remember, a leader is anybody who has 1 recruit under them. You must do double digits recruiting. As an MD at least. If you are an MD, marketing director, you are not doing double digits recruiting, trust me, it's going to take you a long time to get to MD, to SMD. Double digits recruiting is a must. So if you have 5 people, including you, 6, right? And each goes out, maybe 1 will do 2, maybe 5 will do 2. That would be 10 people a month. If everybody does 2, that would be 12 people a month. If you are always constantly doing double digits recruiting, you're going to get there. I always tell people, show me somebody who's struggling. I'll show you somebody who's not recruiting. Because if you recruit, everything falls in place. I'm telling you, everything will fall in place. So key strategies to hit your goal. I'm going to give you some strategies for you to hit your goal. So daily prospecting. You can't have people to talk to if you are not prospecting. So talk to at least 2 to 5 new people per day. How do you do it? Are you sitting in your house every day? You drop your kids at school, find the parents, talk to them. You go to the store. When I go to the store, I am not going to the store. I have told my mind that every time I'm going out, anytime I step outside my house, I'm going out to prospect. So I've already knew back of my mind, I know I'm going out to prospect. So do you think I'm going to see people? Yeah. But try to go out without you telling yourself you are going to prospect. You will see somebody, you won't even remember to open your mouth and talk. So go out, prospect. When you are prospecting, you are creating your lead. We do organic lead. We don't do those leads you buy online. They don't work. Follow-up system. 80% of recruits come from follow-ups. You talk to somebody today, no, let me wait. Do you think I'm going to stop? I have recruits follow-up book. What I do, as soon as I get your number, I'm saving it. Now, I'm chasing you everywhere. If you post anything on WhatsApp, I'm commenting. If I find you on Facebook, I'm following you. If you comment anything, if you post anything, I'm commenting. Why? Because I want you to be my friend in my head. When you keep seeing me, you're gonna become my friend. So when it's time for me to invite you to a Zoom call, it won't be a problem. You have to turn the cold market into warm market. Because if you meet somebody, they are strangers, you don't know them. They don't know you. Do you think you're just gonna say, hey, there's a Zoom call tonight, attend? Who are you to tell me to attend a Zoom call? But if I have made you my friend, because you keep, you know, people like the likes, right? People like likes, people like comments. Take that time, go there and comment. That's your job. It's part of doing your job. You are prospecting. By the time you know, seed. By the time you know, Zoom. By the time you know, recruit. Some people I recruit today, I started, you want to build that rapport 3 months ago, 4 months ago. And that's why every month I recruit, because I've been building rapport. I've been building relationship with people. You know, I've been doing that. So that's something you have to learn. Plug into events. People come in faster when they see vision, right? Now, lead by example. Your team will match your recruiting pace. You know, when I'm training my recruiting, I open my numbers and I show my numbers. I say, I am not telling you to do what I'm not doing. I've done my 1%. I always recruit at the beginning of the month. I have done my 1%. So they know I'm doing it. They will go and do it. I have to do my personal. Every month I have to write a policy at least. Hey, I've done my 10,000 points. I've done my 20,000 points. What are your points? The moment you're not doing, you can't tell people to do what you are not doing. You have to get out and do what you are telling them to do, right? So, prospecting, where do you go to prospect? By the way, I love recruiting. And let me tell you why I love it. I told myself I must love it because that's how you win here. I didn't like it, but I keep telling me I am recruiter. I mean, if you talk to me, you hear me say that. I am recruiter. I am recruiter. Why? Because I refuse to tell myself I am not recruiter. So when I tell myself I'm recruiter, I'm going out, I'm finding people. So your warm market are the people you already know. What do you do with those people? Invite them to BPM. Throw a party at your house. Let these people come. We're gonna close them for you. Some people say, oh, I don't want people, you know, I don't want to spotlight, but you know people. So how are we gonna get in your warm market if you don't invite them? Warm markets. Now, online, that's called market. LinkedIn. There's so many professionals on LinkedIn. There's so many people on Facebook. Do you know that Lionel Dayegba was found on Facebook? Do you know that many champions here were found on Facebook? I was found on Facebook. So why are you on Facebook? Just to have fun. People on Facebook to make money. If you are there, you're not constantly friending people, getting, you know, sometimes I give myself 30 minutes to be on Facebook, not distracted, just working on my prospecting, because I'm friending people, I'm sending them a message, I'm commenting. That's the homework I have to do. Event, networking event. Every weekend, you must get out, guys. This morning, I went to a networking event. You know what I do? Every weekend, I look in my area. What are the events happening? I go there anyways. Even if I don't want to go there, I go. Why? Because I want to meet people. You know, there was this lady I was targeting. Let me give you an example. She had an event because I know she's connected to many people. She's an influencer on social media. I said, how can I get this lady? I saw she had an event. I saw a flyer. She had an event in Arizona. I bought a ticket. I went to attend that event. On that ticket, she said, if you want to meet with me personally, buy a VIP ticket. I bought a VIP ticket. I went there, and then at the end, we met, we talked. I asked to meet her. And guess what? Yeah, we can meet Tuesday. She told me, can you give me a review? I said, why not? They recorded me. I gave her a nice review. After that, I said, there's something I want to talk to you about. Can we do lunch tomorrow? She said, yeah, why not? I sent her a restaurant. She made me there. She even paid for the food, right? We ate, we talked. Guess what? Today, she's my recruit. She's licensed. She's my recruit. She's licensed. Why? Because I was intentional about getting this lady. I paid money. I invested in my business to get there. So what are you doing to get those people? What are you doing to get the people you want in your business? Networking event. Pay money to go there. If they're free, I'm going there anyways. If you invite me, you don't invite me, I'll come. If I hear a party, I'm not invited, I go. Why? Because I'm going to prospect. I don't know people, but if you tell me come to this party, I'll go if I'm free. Because guess what? That's how I go prospect. Referrals. Anytime you present, ask for a referral. Hey, I know this might not be for you, or this is not a good fit for you, but who do you know? Who do you know who is ambitious? Who do you know who can do well here? Who do you know who's looking for something to do? Who do you know who's hungry? Please, let me talk to those people. I talked to somebody today. She said, I'm on a student visa. I don't think I can do this business. I said, do you know people? He said, yeah. I said, send me those people. You already sent me two. Ask for referral. It doesn't hurt. You go to church, pastor say, bring people. They're asking for referral. Why not you? Follow up constantly. Most recruits come from 3 and 7 follow up. I don't give up easily. If you tell me no, I'll find a way to come back. You know, there's somebody who blocked me. We met at the wedding. I started again. She was trying to run away from me. I started again. Today she's in WFG. I don't give up on people easily. Don't give up. Keep going. Don't give up. So 5 things I wish I implemented sooner. Let me see the time. Okay. So regular one-on-one check-ins. Schedule time to meet your team members individually. Study with them to review their progress. Are they 30%? Are they 100%? You must get them to get licensed. Challenges. Are they going through challenges? Are they getting negativity from people? You know, when somebody joins the business, they're excited. They go tell their friend. Guess what? The friend tell them, don't do it, it's a scam. It happened to me when I joined. The first person I called was my best friend. You know what she told me? You just got scammed. Call your bank and dispute. I said, dispute what? It's only $100. I can go on Amazon and spend it. It's okay. If I'm scammed for $100, it's okay. So they are getting that too. So what do? Constantly check in. Hey, how are you doing? Just checking on you. Do you need help? Jump on the Zoom. And then when you meet with them, resell their dream. Show them money. Show them the goodness of WFG. Show them everything we do here. The impact. This is big. Accountability partner. Let me tell you something. Do you have an accountability partner? This is someone who's helping you to stay on track with your goals by offering support, encouragement, and feedback. They are there to hold you responsible for your action, keep you motivated, and help you to stay focused on your commitment. I have an accountability partner. This is my best friend, Miss Letitia, right? Let me tell you, every time when I write my goals, I send it to her. She sends me her goals. Every day I call her, hey, how many people have you called? How many appointments did you do today? How many people did you close? How many people who rejected you? We talk about all that. Do you guys know that it's because of her that I went to Tiger School? She would call me. I was not tracking. I was not tracking maybe 5 updates. I was not tracking at all. She kept saying, Claudine, I can't go to Tiger School by myself. We have to go together. Do whatever it takes. I don't care. It has to happen. I said, you know, I promise it's going to happen. We are going together. I went and worked. That time I was working like a mad woman. But guess what? I showed up on the list. Not even number 45 in top 10. I was number 5 in Tiger School. So why? Because of her, she pushed me to go out and get it. If I didn't have her, I could have sat down and relaxed. It's not for me. I'll go next year. But she said, I can't go by myself. And today I went. So do you have an accountability partner? Somebody who holds you? Somebody who makes sure you are doing what you say you are going to do? Right? So comfort zone. You must get out of your comfort zone. There's nothing that grows in your comfort zone. Nothing at all that will grow there. Step outside of what feels familiar. Open up new opportunity and it helps you develop the skills needed to succeed. Comfort zone will kill you. Most people are like, oh, why should I go and build WFG business? I'm already making 200,000. That is a comfort zone. I don't want to talk to people. That is a comfort zone. You are comfortable where you are. You are comfortable. Get out. There's nothing that grows there. Everything else you want is on the other side of comfort zone. You must get uncomfortable. How do you get uncomfortable? You must talk to people. You must get the no's. You must get the rejection. If you are willing to do that, you are not comfortable. And you are going to build. And you are going to get that financial freedom that you want. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. You will never build anything while you're in your comfort zone. Be intentional. This is huge, very huge, intentional. Who do you want in your team? You know that you attract people you want. Yeah, you attract people you want. Intentionality means being clear about your goals. Focusing on your effort, on what matters the most, and making sure every action aligns with your bigger vision. I have my vision. How am I gonna get there? I know I have to attract people that I want in my business. When I go out, I know for me to have those licenses, I have to bring people in my business. When I go out, everywhere I'm going to prospect. Try it. Go to the store without you thinking you're going to prospect. You're not going to talk to anybody. But every time you're telling I said subconscious mind, you tell yourself, I must recruit. You are going to talk to people. Every time you want to talk to somebody and hear a voice say, don't talk, that's the time you should talk. Because that's the person who's going to be a Liliana Porter. That's the person who can come in your business and change it. Every time you want to speak, you hear a voice, don't say it, say it. Talk, be intentional. I am very, very intentional about everything that I do. I know what I want and I go for it. You have to learn that, teach your mind to do that. Let go of the ego. Oh my God, this is you. Your ego is not your amigo. Your ego is not your amigo. Please don't let the ego get in the way of learning. Some people come here because they're too educated. They don't want to learn the blue screen. I'm going to do it my own way. Let me tell you something. Do you know the reason why? WFG before was for people who are not educated, because it's simple. It's for people who are not educated. So people who are educated, they come here, they think, I'm a PhD holder. You can't tell me anything. I'm an engineer. You can't tell me anything. I'm a nurse practitioner. You can't tell me anything. If you come here, humble yourself, learn from your mentors. A, B, C, D, make money, never lose money. Rule number 1, never forget rule. That's all you need. Be humble. It's easy to let your pride prevent you from admitting that you don't know everything or that you need help. But true growth happens when you are humble enough to acknowledge you can always learn from your mentor. The person who brought you in the business, again, has the best interest in you. They will never deceive you. They will never do anything that will harm you. And that's why you must learn how to put your ego on the side and learn from them. Even though you are more educated than them. Humble yourself. Let them teach you something. Let them teach you something. You become SMD. Your head goes up here. I'm not coachable to my mentor. Let me tell you something. The moment you become uncoachable, the moment your ego kicks in, you're gonna plateau. You won't even move. Be coachable. Let people coach you. Let people tell you what to do. It's okay. It's for your own good. Let's talk about self-doubt. This is something that is that is killing a lot of people. This is the enemy of this business and limiting beliefs. Enemy of success is self-doubt and limiting beliefs. People believe they can't do this business. So if you learn how to overcome those limiting beliefs, you are going to unlock your full potential here. So I'm not a good recruiter. I always tell you, I'm learning how to become a great recruiter. For me, I always call myself a recruiter, and I am. Our best shop, we're number 4 in Legacy Star. Yeah, recruiting. I am a recruiter. I've been recognized in Las Vegas twice as a best shop recruiting. A year we do above 250. I am a recruiter. Our team agents, we are recruiters, right? That's something I tell myself every single day. People don't want life insurance. Why can't you replace that with people need life insurance, and my job is to help them see the value. That's all you need. So if you are complaining, say, oh, keep putting those limiting beliefs in your head, that's exactly what you're gonna get. I am not a natural salesperson. I was a nurse practitioner. My husband laughed at me, said I would not be able to do it. But today I am. I told myself I'm going to learn how to do it. I watch all these salespersons on YouTube, Instagram. I'm following them like I'm telling you, every single day they put a video out there, I put a notification, I'm watching it because I'm always learning something. Sales is a skill, and I can master it through training and repetition. Daniel Former teaches you how to overcome objection. He teaches you how to take it away. That's all you need. Just come and learn. That's it. That's it. Read empowering books and listen to motivational audios. I listen to Ed Mylett. Before I train, I put a motivation video, we listen. Write down affirmation, repeat them daily. I am a good recruiter. I am good at recruiting. I can close a sale. I am good at talking to people. I am good at prospecting. Repeat that to yourself every single day. Visualize your success daily. I have my vision board on my phone. You can create it, or you can have the one that you create on a piece of board. Mine is on my phone. You can go on Canvas and create it. Go on YouTube. There are tons of videos on how to create a vision board. Every morning say, I am a successful recruiter. I attract motivated people to my business. I am a leader in WFG, and I'm going to lead a bigger team. If you believe I'm not good at closing, commit to learning sales techniques. Role play. Practice every day. Practice every day. Do you have an elevator pitch? If you meet somebody in the elevator, what do you say? If they ask you, what do you do? Oh. You have to have that line. If I want to recruit and I meet somebody in the elevator, they ask me, what do you do? I'm a headhunter. They know I'm a recruiter, I'm a headhunter, right? Oh, I learned this trick. If you go in a hospital, right? Assume that every doctor's name is Patel. I'm looking for Dr. Patel because there are so many of Dr. Patels out there, right? So learn something every single day. So what limiting belief will you let go of today? Write it down. I don't want to ever tell myself that I don't know how to recruit. I don't want to ever tell myself that I don't know how to sell. I don't want to ever tell myself that I don't know how to talk. You can talk. I was the introvert. I was shy. But look at today, I'm talking, right? This is what this business can do to you. If there's one thing WFG gave me, this confidence is speaking, because before I was not. I would be in the back, hiding. So rewrite your story, guys, right? Rewrite your story. The only difference between successful people and those who stay stuck is mindset. Your success in WFG depends on whether you allow limiting beliefs to control you or whether you take control over them. What limiting belief will you let go today, guys? Which one? You know, this business is simple. The willingness to do the same simple thing over and over again will make you a millionaire. That's what our co-founder said, the rich talent. And he meant it. He's been here for many years. The little thing we do, if you do it every single day, you get there. You get there, right? So check out WFG system. This business WFG has a dummy system, right, to follow. With everything laid out up front. Where will you find this kind of opportunity? Where you make money? Why helping families get qualified? This is what we are doing, NLA, for all sponsored vacation every quarter. If after now you are still saying, I will think about it, I'm sorry, maybe you're allergic to money. Let me give you a secret. If I meet people, I don't know how to break the ice. I always ask them, hey, are you allergic to money? And guess what they do? They laugh. How can I be allergic to money? Once you laugh, I've got you. Now we talk to you, right? I ask my team, they know. I always ask that question. Are you allergic to money? Yeah. If you are in and still delaying to get licensed, go get licensed. You know, you are sleeping on your diamond mine, and because of your selfishness, a family is going to go and GoFundMe. Are you sitting on your license? You're not using it. Are you sitting on your license? You're not using it because you keep telling, I can't talk, I can't speak, I can't close, I don't know people. All these people are here. Where do people find them? They go out and look for them. It will be your fault if somebody end up on GoFundMe because you refuse to open your mouth and talk to them. Can you live with that? Procrastination is the thief of time. At any time, if your income is tied to your skill, what if you can't perform the skills? No income. Can you transfer your degree to your family? This business is transferable to your family. I don't know if you are given this opportunity. You are just sitting on ice like nothing's happening. Wake up. There are people are waiting for you. There are people are waiting for you to talk to them, to bless them. Think about the person who brought me in the business. Think about the person who brought Daniel Fumbo in the business. Think about the person who brought all of you. They were not stingy. They were not selfish. They opened their mouth and talked to you. Why can't you do the same? Embrace recruiting. Love it. You are changing somebody's life. You know, I always get chills when I'm talking about recruiting because I love it so much. I love it. So these are the books that I read that helped me. You know, there's this book, Go for No. Buy it. Yes is the destination. No is how you get there. You must take many no's for you to get to that destination. You have to embrace it. You have to love it. Exactly what to say, the magic words for influence and impact. You don't know how to talk to people? Read this book. Icebreaker, you don't know how to start a conversation? Read this book. Guess what? We're in the business of people. If you are that person who have anti-social personality, you can't deal with people. I'm sorry to say, you might have to change yourself. You know, about this book, How to Win Friends, Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Please buy it. This book will teach you how to deal with people. We are in the business of people. You must learn people. You must learn people. You know, sometimes people try me, but because I know what I read in this book, I keep calm. Right? So read this book. Go buy and read. Self-develop yourself. Think and Grow Rich for women. There's this book for men, right? By me, I chose to buy for women. I read this book. It changed my mindset as a woman. So if you're a woman, a leader here, all of you are leaders, by the way. If you have one person recruited, go buy this book and read. Read a chapter. And then this one, oh my God. 177 Mental Toughness, Secrets of the World Class. Buy this book. You will never, nobody will shake you. You're going to have that mental toughness that even no will not shake you. No will not shake you. We're just going to keep going. You're just going to keep going. And guess what? This is my Bible. Building an Empire. I have this book. In fact, I need to buy another one because the one I have is beat up because I read all the time. This is the book I keep in my purse everywhere I go. If I take my kids' doctor's appointment as I'm waiting, I'm reading it. If I take my kids to soccer game as I'm waiting, I'm reading it. On the plane, I'm reading it. It will teach you how to build this business. Go buy it. Self-develop yourself, guys. Invest in your business, right? So I'm done, right? So let's go take big steps and big impact with WFG. This is the theme for our convention this year. It's going to be amazing. Again, registration is still open. Go register. Let's go. Thank you so much for listening. Again, Daniel Fombo, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I yield back to you.
Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Claudine, thank you so much for that energy and for speaking to the heart of every single person here. If you were taking this thing for a joke and you think it's a walk in the park, being a millionaire is not for people who have fragile feelings. You get rejected one time, you go back home to go cry under your blanket. Then you will stay at a 50K annual income. But if you want to be successful, you have to keep going. You have to have thick skin. Thank you so much for those books you shared, Claudine. We're going to do 5 questions. 5 questions. The first question goes to Rogers from Boston, Massachusetts. Go ahead, Rogers.
Oh my God. Thank you very much for that presentation. I honestly don't have any question. I just could not sit quiet after listening to such an amazing presentation. It looks like you touched the heart of everything that one needs to do to get to the top. Again, I have no question. I just could not sit quiet. I have listened, I have taken down my notes, and I'm going to do exactly the way you said it. And trust me, I'm coming for you. Thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rogers. Let's hear from Eva. Go ahead, Eva. Will be number 2. Eva, go ahead, number 2. Eva from Liberia. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Claudine. That was an amazing presentation. I don't have a question. I wanted to say thank you because you highlighted almost everything that I'm struggling with. The major issue is recruiting, how to open my mouth. And I took notes. I took picture of everything. I'm going to try to put it write it down so I can practice what you just taught us. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Let's hear from Ebenezer.
Wow, 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 wow. This is fabulous, I would say. Thank you so much, Claudine. I know I met you in Atlanta, and
So
wow,
we're going to go straight to the point, right? So that we'll gain time.
Yes, so, okay, the question I have now is, how do you really...
Come on. We are going to say thank you to Claudine. I've already said it on the behalf of all of you, so just go straight to the question. And that way
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you, no problem. Thank you again for the trend. The presentation was great. So my question here is twofold. Number one, how do you, this is personal to me, how do you really get yourself into that reading mode? Because they seem to have been a challenge to me. I've really, to understand your strategy on that. So be able to read much wider and greater. So that has been a personal challenge. So maybe let me know what worked for you. And secondly, how do you keep your energy up and your ability to come back from any setback, which I'm sure you probably, has there been any setback that you encountered in course of your career? And if so, what was it and how did you come back to it? So thank you.
So, Benedict, just so I understand your question, you are asking her, how can you read a book? That was your first question, right?
Yeah, the strategy that works best, yes.
So, Mr. Ebenezer, right? As I said, everything falls back to being intentional. If you want to do it,
that's right.
Right? So you spend time on TikTok, right? That time you spend on TikTok, you can read two pages. You can read 3 pages. I force myself to do it. Before I go to bed, instead of being on TikTok, I read 2 pages. In the morning, before I go browse on social media, I read 2 pages. It's just, you have to schedule it in everything you do.
All right.
And yes, I've had setbacks. I'm a mother, I have 3 children, you know. I'm still a wife and I do this business, you know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to do it. But guess what? If I remember my why, I want what I want in my life, then I get up and do it. Always remember your why. You are not going to feel like you don't want it. You're going to get up and do it.
All right, let's hear from Agostina Osa. Go ahead, Agostina.
Okay, hi. Thank you, Claudine, for the information. I just wanted to ask about the YouTube channels that you've been watching. If you could please share with us. Thank you.
So any YouTube channel that talk about, if you go and say how to sell life insurance, I don't have any specific because I watch many, but one specific that I always watch is Ed Milet. Ed Milet, I watch him all the time. But if you go on YouTube, how to sell life insurance or how to overcome objection in life insurance, how to close a deal in life insurance, you'll find many videos. There are many champions there. And some of them are not even in life insurance, they are in other businesses, but you get to learn from them. You know, go to University of YouTube. There's so many information that you can learn.
Thank you. Let's hear from Koli. Kuku Koli. Which country are you from, Mr. Goli? Which country?
I'm from Togo, Daniel Fango.
From Togo. Okay, go ahead, Goli.
Claudine, have you ever felt that you're not doing enough? And when that happens, what do you do then?
Man, that's a good question. I always feel like I'm not doing enough, right? But guess what? What I do, I go after it. I go and do even more. Remember I said you have to keep improving yourself. If you are recruiting 5 people, then push to recruit 6 people. Anytime I feel like I'm not doing enough, I will strategize. What am I not doing right? How can I get better? So always go back and look at your what you have been doing. Is it working? Let me tell you something. Anytime something is not working, you know what you are doing. We always know. If my team is not moving, it's not because maybe I stopped training, right? or maybe I stop recruiting. I know that. I always know what I'm not doing right. And I know everybody, you all know what you are not doing right. So go back to that one thing that keeps coming in your mind that you are not doing and do it. Because you already know. You know if you're not recruiting, and that's why you are there. So go back and say, I'm not recruiting, I'm stuck here. I want to get to SMB. So what should I do? Go back, recruit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let's hear from Kwame. Go ahead, Kwame.
Yes, thank you. We are always taught to recruit wide and deep. So when we can go recruiting people out there, we can come across a family with 3 to 4 relatives. One of them will see the vision. You get them recruited. So it takes some time, a while, to have another family direct member to like to join the crusade. Is it advisable to recruit that person directly under me or under his direct family member? Thank you.
So that's a good question. If you go in a family member, right, and you have 2 or 3 people want to join, how did you meet those people? You met them because of that person, right? You recruit them under that person. Now, you guys are lucky. I'm not lucky. None of my family members who joined me in the business is still not nobody. And I have a lot of them here. But do I care? I don't care, right? Keep going. Even if your family member, they don't want to join, go to other people. They will join. But if you recruit somebody because you met them through this person, then they go under that person you met them through. Okay? Not under you. Because they are not your people. You didn't know them, right? You knew them because of that person. And therefore, it's the person who recruited them. Did I answer your question?
This case, we know each other as cousin, and they are like a direct family members.
So the person you spoke to first didn't join the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to join the business, you recruit them. You recruit the one who want, but what I normally do, I always give them an option. Hey, this person, I met her through you. She's joining the business. I'm telling you, you either come and join, I'll put them under you. If you don't, they are coming under me. So if you give them that option, they might say, okay, I'm coming. But if they still say no, it's okay. You can recruit them because they don't want to join the business.
Thank
Okay?
you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do 2 more. So let's hear from Renata, and let's hear from Isaac. So let's start with Renata.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. My question is, thank you so much, Claudine. My question is, I just hear you said, people with student visa cannot be recruited. Actually, I'm talking to someone who is a student. Is that so that I can recruit someone with student visa? That was my question. Thank you.
So it depends on what visa they have. Some of them are not allowed to do anything else besides working at school. So you have to ask them. Like for my option, I asked him to go ask his lawyer if he can do business, because if they work, sometimes can bring problem down the road when they want to apply for papers. So they have to understand that they have to know if they're allowed to work outside school. If they can, then you can recruit them. If they cannot, then you can't.
Okay, thank you so much. This person can actually work for 20 hours a week.
At school only?
Outside of school, outside the school.
They can't do
Yeah.
WG.
Thanks.
That category will not do WG. All right, let's hear from Isaac.
Thank
Kwame,
you.
you already asked your question, right?
Yes, I'm good. Yeah. Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Isaac. Go ahead, Isaac.
Okay. I'm sorry. Greetings, everyone. Great presentation, Claudine. In fact, I'm short of words. In any case, in your presentation, you mentioned at some point you almost quit. So I'm wondering what was in your mind at that time and how did you overcome that challenge? Then secondly, what was the most challenging aspect of developing this presentation, and how did you overcome it? It's so great. I'm curious just to know. Thank you.
So when I almost quit, right, I was a training associate. And guess what happened? I was distracted. I can tell you what I was doing. I went back to school. So I put too much on my plate that I couldn't handle. This business, being a mother, my daughter was 4 months and I had other two are under 5. And I picked another job and I was a wife. So it became too much that I was like, I have to drop one. And I found myself dropping WFG because I wasn't attending training. It was not working out. I was talking to people, nobody was listening. I'm like, this is not for me. Thank God that Francis didn't give up on me, kept pushing and called, and I came back. Now, when I came back, it was time for WFG virtual convention. And this lady came and spoke. And she said, I'm a single mother and I make $1 million. And I'm like, if a single mother is able to do this, why not me? That's how I came back. That's why I always tell people, go to big events. Somebody will do it for you. Somebody will do it for you. That lady saved me because I was already out. When the lady came and said, I said, okay, this woman got even worse than me. At least I have a husband, you know, she doesn't. So what do I have? What excuse do I have? I came back and I restarted my business. Now, second question, when I was making this presentation, I thought about things that I went through that were preventing me to win. Number one big problem I went through, I used to have this limiting belief. In my mind, I always told myself that I don't know English. And that's what was preventing me to do anything. I never want to speak because I used to think people would make fun of my accent. And that's why I was always behind. I never want to speak. So that limiting belief that I constantly told myself I'm not good, that's what was preventing me to even do anything in my life. But once I learned how to let go and accept who I am, I have an accent. It is the truth. I don't care. And I saw people in a convention who don't even know English, who are making 5 million. I said, why not me? That did that for me too. So when I made this presentation, I thought of me, what I went through. And I know many people are going through what I went through. And that's why I said, let me talk about this. Because I asked Mr. Dega, I said, what topic do you want me to talk about? He said, talk about anything you want. I said, okay, I'm going to make this presentation based on my experience, what I went through.
Thank you, Claudine. Let's hear from Austin. Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My question straight to the point. Ms. Claudine, thank you so much, priceless. You talked about a prospect list. So on your prospect list, when do you call the people? Let's say you meet somebody now, you walk out of the room, you're tired of sitting, you're tired of hearing, go and prospect, and you just push yourself out, and you see somebody, you talk to them. When do you start talking about the business? That is one. Then the second question is, can you please throw a little bit more light on your follow-up skill? And then the last one, let's say somebody gave you a number. Please call this number and see if he's going to join the business. There's no connection, there's no link. How do you start that conversation? Thank you.
Wow, great question. So number one, right, when I meet somebody, if you followed me correctly, I said that I don't tell them about the business right away. I make them warm to me first, right? I create that rapport, make them my friends so that they can feel comfortable with me, and then I'll be able to invite them. But it depends on how I approach that person. Sometimes, depending on the question the person is asking, it might push me to tell them and invite them. But if it's somebody you see who is not open, you have to make that person warm first before you can invite them. So I'm not that person who, when I meet somebody, I just push invitation. They're not going to come and they will block you. You understand? So it's very, very important that you have to, to build. I call it friendship farming, right? You don't have friends, you don't have people to talk to. You go find the people and make them your friends, make them warm to you, and then talk to them. Now, what was your second question again?
The second question was about your
Oh.
prospect list, your prospect list.
Okay. So anytime I meet somebody, I don't leave it on my phone, right? As soon as I get home, I put that number in my book, right? And I write a number. I have like a 6 column. I put 6 follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, follow-up 4, 5. Anytime I call that number, I put the date and what they told me. They told me call back again. I put the date and what they told me. So at least I know I follow up 7 times on that person, right? So you have to track those numbers. If they're on your phone, you can't be able to track them. Put them in the book. You know, I found myself that when I forget to put the number in the book, I don't remember to call those people, right? So you have to put in the book. And when it's time to make the phone call, you pick up the book, you make the phone call in front of you, and then you write down what time you call them, what they say. Now, your question, when a downline or when your business partner gives you a number to call, I don't call. I told them, let's do 3-way text message. Because I tried it, it doesn't work. Those people don't know me. It's not gonna work. They know you. So you either do 3 ways phone call or 3 ways text. Through that text, you introduce me, then I take over, I talk, I ask for appointment. At least you know, they know you are there. But if you are not there, most of the time, it doesn't work. Most of the time, it doesn't work. That's how I do at least. I have to do 3 ways, either on the phone or text message.
Last speaker, Grace. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay. Now I can unmute now. Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel, and a lovely speaker. Thank you for the presentation. So my question is this: you said when you meet some people, you ask them, "Are you allergic to money?" And when they smile or when they laugh, that is the time you prospect. What do you tell them after asking them, "Are you allergic to money?"
So if I ask somebody, we are talking, and I'm like, hey, are you allergic to money? Well, the first thing they do, they laugh. I say, oh, why are you laughing? It's like, nobody can be allergic to money. Okay, so if you're not allergic to money, I have an opportunity for you. You want to make money, right? Yeah. And most of the time, they are begging for presentation. Hey, when can you tell me? When can you tell me this thing? I was traveling last time I came to Dallas. I asked my Uber driver, do you know that as soon as I came, he was waiting. I recruited him. He was waiting for me to hear for the opportunity I told him, because I asked him, hey, are you allergic to money? The next thing he said, if I was allergic to money, I wouldn't be doing Uber right now. I said, well, I can tell you you have potential. If you are awake at this 4 a.m., because I was going to the airport at 4 a.m., you are doing Uber, that means you can make money. I have an opportunity for you. And then I told them, hey, I used to do this. This guy was LVN picking up an extra shift in Uber. I said, I used to be a nurse practitioner. You're LVN, right? But today I'm retired. I don't do that anymore. I'm willing to show you what I do. The guy wouldn't leave me alone. He was texting me, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? And I recruited him.
Okay, thank you so much. That sounds perfect.
Last person, Mr. Rin. Mr. Rin, go ahead, Mr. Rin. Mr. Rin, go ahead. Solange, last speaker.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Claudine.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Rin.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I registered with Mr. Riacom, but I'm not Mr. This is Joy Jackson. She's invited me. So my question is to go to the point. Thank you for the presentation. Like Daniel already said, you mentioned something. I hope I'm not repeating this question. Since this insurance industry is very competitive, I'm curious. I just wanted to know what are the best way to not only recruit new agent quickly, but how to keep the best one we already have. And my second question to that is that how do you, in your professional career with this industry, handle the rejection or to some recruit who have refused, to proceed, or potential recruiters? How did you handle that?
So the objection, right? I told you, embrace it, love it. That's it. Once you love it, you understand that it's part of what you do, it's gonna happen anyway. It doesn't matter, right? So you keeping people in the business. If you show people that you care, if you give people what they want, they won't leave. If they leave, so what? Go recruit more. That's it. If they leave, go recruit more. You can do your best to keep them, but if they do, go out and get more people. We are in the recruiting business, go recruit. Now, what was your other question again?
All right, let's round up. Let's hear from Solange. Solange, you were last person.
Okay, thank you. When you say about the recruiting, you say some things related to ask for referral. Now, most of the time we ask for referral for our prospective. Now, when they give you referral, you say when you first meet with somebody who doesn't know, it's no need to say about the business. And the problem, because those person it's not your friend, okay, you introduce and you ask appointment if they can give you appointment to meet or to talk, but most of the time they say, okay, what about the appointment? Tell me, what is it? Now, and you say it's no need to say to start talking about the business. Now, how you can prospect the new person you doesn't know we get for referral? Thank you.
Oh, good question. So if you ask for referral, right? What I ask that person is to connect me with the people. So what I ask the person, hey, can we do a quick call, all of us together with the new person? So at least, but that person hearing the person who's giving me referral talking, maybe already trust that person. It changes things around. Now, that person was a cold market because his friend told him, hey, talk to Claudine. He has a great business, or he has a great opportunity. That person is gonna be warm automatically. So I can now ask for appointments and then I do presentation. Now, if they say, tell me right now, always be in a hurry. Say, look, I gotta jump, I have an appointment, I gotta start right now. Why don't you set up an appointment? I'll give you more information. Always be in a hurry. Somebody's trying to push you to tell them about the business. Tell them I'm busy. I gotta jump in this meeting. I gotta get this phone call. Please, let's make an appointment. So you avoid telling them, cutting the hair on the phone.
Okay. Now it's the best way is to talk with them using the Zoom, not on the phone, right?
Oh, not on the phone. You can't tell them about the business on the phone. The ones you have to make sure you get them on the Zoom or you see them in person.
Good, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And let's give Claudine. Thank you so much, Claudine. Let's give Claudine a hand. All right, so now it's time for action. Now you've heard